is over. The shakeup week is over. What'd you guys think? Let's talk about it live right now on the SmackDown review. We're going to take your phone calls, and it's going to get nasty tonight on this show because I'm going to sodomize somebody.
I don't give a flying fuck what he thinks. I'm an internet god. My name is Joe Cronin.
We're listening to the Joe Cronin Show.
Hello everybody there, right there on the Joe Cronin Show. The hardcore legend Mick Foley.
Don't.
You're watching the Joe Cronin Show with Joe Cronin. Personality, insight, and insanity. Wrestling talk with attitude.
This is my dear loyal lieutenant, Brother Cronin. He's a good man.
How about this? If you're gonna call the show, grow a sack. If I offend you, fuck you.
Let's do it. We're about to get the SmackDown review underway. We're going to take your phone calls, open lines tonight. SmackDown, was it better than Raw? I want to hear from you guys about that.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys that from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin because it's just so fucking sad.
Wow. Talk about SmackDown acquiring some talent. Now, there's two separate situations here that we could talk about. There's going to be two separate situations. There's going to be people who talk about the fact, was the show overall, SmackDown, better than the show, that being Raw, right? So there's that argument. Was it better as a show? But then there's going to be the other argument, which of course would be, did SmackDown make out better than Monday Night Raw? And I think they did. I'm way more... I mean, come on, guys, right? I can't be crazy. I can't be the only one that thinks this way. By the way, guys, if you want tonight, you guys can donate live by clicking the link in the description box down below. The Streamlabs link is there. We still don't have Super Chat because YouTube has censored this channel still. I'm waiting for the appeal to come out by the end of April. We should have Super Chat available, so I don't know, fuck YouTube, but and of course we go live from this channel instead of Joe Cronin Show until July 2nd. Make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, my wrestling show, and then this channel right here, hit the sub button down below, hit the bell, become part of the daily wrestling talk, the news, the gaming, all the other bullshit, and then subscribe to my other channel where I talk about real life shit and we fuck around and goof around, and it's sort of a news, entertainment, comedy podcast, Corrupted Podcast, which is youtube.com/Corrupted Podcast, Corrupted Entertainment's YouTube channel. That's 3 YouTube channels I have that I want to entertain you with. My goal is to make you guys laugh or interested or comment or angry or happy. I don't fucking know. But there you go. Sub all my channels if you want. If you want to donate tonight, cool. The link is down below. We'll see what you guys have to say. We'll also take phone calls. If you want to just call 339-226-6610. The phone lines have been extremely busy, and there's been issues. If you guys want to leave a message on the voice box, you got to hit the 1 at some point. It keeps ringing. Just try to keep calling back off and on. But if I'm not taking calls, rest your head and take a break for a few. Don't keep trying to call so you don't kill yourself. The phone line, the Skype is weird. It only allows a certain amount of calls to go through now. Skype used to allow so many calls. I mean, I may go to a new possibly when we move out of this place, I may have a setup where I have Discord also set up so I can go to Discord calls and Skype calls. I mean, perhaps I could do that now even. I'll work on seeing if I can do that for you guys. Maybe that will make things a little bit easier on top of everything. But until then, 339-226-6610. And my Skype actually isn't open right now, so I apologize. That's not open if you're getting a busy signal. But I would say that, to me, I was more entertained by SmackDown tonight. Maybe it was because it was the more simple of a show. It was more simple for them to do it. I also think that SmackDown is way more interesting with the talent now that SmackDown has. It actually does feel like an all-new show with guys like Samoa Joe and Big Cass and Daniel Bryan's back and The Miz is coming and the rivalry that could happen there and Sanity's coming. Except they didn't have, oh my God, what's her name?
Crazy Mary.
Yeah, but what's her name now? Yeah, they didn't. Leah remembers more than me. But yeah, they Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross wasn't there, and everyone is bringing that up now to me. And I know. Yeah, I noticed it right away too. I was like, "What the hell? Where the hell is Nikki Cross?" So I don't know. Yeah, Raw. I don't think Raw was very good. Isaiah Campbell, man, thanks for saying that in the chat. I just happened to notice the chat. And then Andre Cien. Now, of course, it's exciting tonight. Right? We want to be optimistic. It's exciting to try to be optimistic about Raw and about SmackDown, more about SmackDown. But, again, I wish nobody left NXT because NXT just kills it. Andre Cien in SmackDown, I can't believe he's going to be as good as he was in NXT. So, therefore, I can't possibly get as excited. But Zelina Vega and Andre Cien, both of them together are great. I love the two of them together. So that faction's cool. Big Cass is what he is. He showed up tonight. Rusev is still there. Shinsuke attacks AJ. There's all kinds of stuff going on that they could start setting up. So as a show tonight, because I gave Raw last night a 5 out of 10, and I was told by so many people that, Joe, the YouTubers and the other people, the podcasters around, the Dave Meltzers, the whatevers out there, everyone is giving this all kinds of erratic ratings. Apparently, some people just absolutely thought Raw was abysmal last night, and apparently some people loved Raw last night. And I heard different people that I think are very good reviewers give completely opposite opinions, and I fell right in the middle. I fell right into the 5 out of 10. That's how I felt. And by the way, dude, Samoa Joe on the microphone. Dude, get owned. Get owned on the microphone. Who is better right now on the main roster on promos than Samoa Joe? Now, someone said that he said the wrong title. He said IC belt. But I thought he was fighting for the IC belt, and then he would go on to the Universal belt, as opposed to Kevin Dunn at WrestleMania night when he thought the Universal Champion was AJ Styles, or at least whoever was involved in the lower third graphics that night in the production truck. It was their fault. I don't know, but how it got past, not getting past the the rundown before WrestleMania started. But you can see how it happens. All the graphics come up, they're the same. They throw up AJ's graphic. You just trust that the technical director either sees it, the technical editor sees it, that the graphics lower third designer wouldn't have done it or would see it. When they were running their prep and their rundown sheet, when they're going up one block, 1A, A and B switch, you think someone would notice it on the screen. Now, I'm talking industry terms, but I'm telling you, somebody should have saw that shit. I went to school for this. There should be. This is the WWE. How does the champion come out with the wrong shit underneath him? I don't know. Twice. Yeah, Leah brought it up twice. But anyway, fuck all that. Samoa Joe's promos are just fucking awesome. Right now in the chat, I'm asking you guys, who is better than Samoa Joe on promos? I want to know. Who's better or who is as good? Put it that way. Paul Heyman and John Cena. I think those are the answers. Someone else, that's currently actually always in the WWE now, right? Paul Heyman, but Paul Heyman sort of recycles the same shit over and over again. I guess sort of they all do in a way. They have their bubble of where they go and
Cena's boring. I end up tuning him out.
Yeah.
He drones on.
Yeah, Cena does ramble on with the same sort of thing, but at least Cena says it sort of spontaneously and with passion. That he sounds like he's, for the most part, real. But most of these other people don't. Oh, The Miz! Oh my God, how could I forget The Miz? I'm such an idiot. You're right, The Miz. The Miz. So we got The Miz, Samoa Joe, John Cena, Paul Heyman, and who else? Elias. See, Elias is like a gimmick. Is good at has the gimmick down. You know what I mean? What does WWE stand for? Walk with Elias. You know, but I would say that Elias is one of my favorite promos, and it's a classic heel repetitive promo that you are familiar with. But he comes out there and kind of sort of says the same. They just change the words around a little bit on the script, but it's the same formula, I guess, for Elias every single night. And I'm sorry if you were. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, the donations are back on, guys. I'm sorry about that. If you guys want to donate, the link is in the description box down below. Tell me what you thought about SmackDown there, and also we'll take phone calls when I get Skype up. Skype is up now, so phones are open as well. Now, let's see what we got. What's up, Elias? Yeah, EC3. Well, I'm not talking about NXT. Let's forget NXT. You know, because NXT, you know, even guys in NXT can cut a good promo, but once they come up to the WWE main roster, they might not cut a good promo anymore. You know, the main roster. I mean, look at Sasha Banks and Bayley, right? Sasha Banks and Bayley in NXT were decent, right? Like, they could cut a decent promo. But Sasha Banks and Bayley on the main roster have been atrocious. They have been atrocious on the main roster. And that's not their fault. Yeah, but still, I'm going by what they are. And why doesn't... I can't right-click on my soundbar at the bottom of my screen anymore. Now I got to go over to, like, open up the goddamn app and adjust sound volume. And, I don't know. Hopefully that works. Let's see what we got.
10.
Oh, where's Ty Dillinger been? I think he's done, huh? He is the perfect no one... Ty Dillinger.
Andrade Cien Almas. El fucking Idolo. I really hope they don't fuck him up. In theory, SmackDown won the shakeup, but we all know WWE always finds a way to fuck shit up.
Well, they always find a way to get Raw over, too, or to figure out how to get Raw better. Or to knock SmackDown down a peg. I'm surprised, to be honest. D-Moon! What's up, D-Moon? Thank you. D-Moon for the $10. D-Moon. Let's take a phone call.
ShiBUM!
So glad to donate to you finally, Joe. SmackDown is the better show. Raw is all but done in my perspective.
Mark, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 ShiBUM. Thanks, man. Thanks for tipping me here. Appreciate that shit. Raw is all but done. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because Raw has been so bad recently, right? Raw has been just so terrible. And then when you take on top of that, you make Raw as terrible, and then you just, this interest that I have now in SmackDown versus Raw, it reminds me of when the draft first started. Remember that? And SmackDown was killing it? SmackDown was awesome for like 7 months. But for the last almost year now, I want to say, or last 8 months or so, Raw had been better than SmackDown slightly. Like, but neither one has been good, though. Like, that's the thing. I get people sometimes that freak out on me on Twitter and places like, oh, you suck Road Dogg's ass and SmackDown. Ugh. It's like, dude, SmackDown is... I've been burying SmackDown for the last 8 months. And in case you didn't know, the Road Dogg ain't too happy about it because he don't follow me anymore. In fact, he blocked me. And the only reason why he talks to me now is because I had to make a new Twitter account. So, that's stupid. I will tell you if it sucks or it doesn't suck to me. And in the end, it's just my opinion. Everything's going to be okay, little boy. It's going to be okay in your life. It's going to be fine because you can still like it if you want. If you really want to like it, go ahead. If you like the attendance dropping and the empty seats that keep popping up everywhere, there's nothing wrong then. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. 978's on the phone. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
Hey, man, what's up?
No, I'm just frustrated with the shakeup in a few ways, but I'm not understanding why they're wasting. I mean, they just show a quick little picture of Sanity and Almas, all these guys. Why aren't they having them on the show? Like, they could have had huge moments, and said, we see the same stuff that I feel like we see every week. I don't get it why they didn't have a big thing with them on the show this week.
I don't know. I think it's mostly because of time. You know what I mean? Like on Raw, they did a lot of Raw took so many lower bottom mid card guys and even lower that they just did all these announcements on social media. And I haven't looked at social media to see who else has been picked up, but from what I can tell, SmackDown did that, but instead they announced it on the show. And I think that one of the reasons is I think they're not that confident that, Cien Almas coming out, isn't really going to be a big deal. A lot of these guys isn't really going to be a crazy deal to them. Vince thinks, what was people going to cheer for Cien Almas? He's heel, so have the promo start. So I honestly, I don't mind it actually, because they did have Samoa Joe come out and people know who he is. So I think WWE feels like, okay, he can show up and people are like, oh shit, Samoa Joe's here now and he can cut a promo. But they feel like if Cien Almas comes out, it's not going to be much buzz, you know what I mean, in the crowd. So why do it that way anyway? We need to save time anyhow. So have them cut, a video promo. Like we all know who they are, right? Like 20% of that audience knows for the most part who people are. But the rest of them don't. And I'm surprised tonight was a little bit of a mediocre crowd in Rhode Island. And I don't know. They didn't even cheer for Samoa Joe that loud, to be honest.
Yeah. See, that's my thing though. Is I feel like if you ever watch like NFL draft or other things like that, the big sports, they have breakdowns of the players and what they've done in their career, things they're known for, whatever it might be, the position that they're filling. I feel like they could do this. They could build people up better that way. They could show more of a highlight package or more break down things that they've done. I don't know, make it more important, like, oh, they just got this guy, he's going to fill this role, whatever it may be. I just feel like they could do it a lot differently, and I feel like they're almost starting to bury people, just throwing them all in as a quick, we got this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy. It's not making anyone seem important.
Yeah, no, I mean, what was I going to say? I think what you're saying would be cool if they did it. I could see them at least doing it on the network, right? Like at least having somebody come down. Like I wish WWE would hire somebody like Rosenberg or like Sam. I know that we all make fun of Rosenberg and Sam Roberts, but like they kind of have an idea of guys. But hire people like those guys. Hire like like me and maybe a couple other guys but hire people who are even smarter than me, who like can break stuff down, or hire me, fuck it, and I'll break down everything. And it would be fun to sit there and have the guys on the board like you just said and pop them up and be like, so what's up with who else could SmackDown acquire? And it's like, well, this is the champion of NXT, this is blah blah blah, this is Andrade Cien Almas, and Raw could get Andrade Cien Almas or SmackDown could get him. Here's the deal, man, he does this move, he does this amazing thing, he weighs this much. Selena Vega, she's made this kind of impact with him, and this is what she can do, and like talk about all that shit. And they could really break that down, or even having like the GMs there while they're doing it, and they're like going over picks and stuff like that. But the thing is, why they don't do that, I think, is because I just don't think it appeals to the mass of the audience enough. I really don't, and it just doesn't. If you look at the numbers, I love it, you love it, we know thousands of people that love it, but in the end, I think, to be honest, I think about 10% of the WWE audience would watch that, and the WWE Network audience. So they just feel like it's just not worth it. But you just brought up a great point. We should do that shit. We should all sit here and break down, who could go where and what their strengths are and stuff. That would be interesting. I think we did do that. Me and JD did that a year ago. I think we sort of did that. We did the picks. That was, but even more in depth than that is what you're looking for. And I think you're right, but they just don't care. I don't know. I wish I could be paid like a regular salary to work at WWE Network and just create all these shows for them, because they could do so much shit on there that I think we'd all watch. To their credit, they are putting on Bruce Pritchard's podcast, which has been a phenomenal podcast. They're going to put it on the WWE Network. The only problem is it's probably going to be, it's going to be neutered a little bit. That's the thing, but that's something that's we've always said, put these podcasts on there. Why do they let everybody else make all this money on shoot videos and stuff? Why don't they just bring all the shoots to their channel? And fuck it, even if someone says something disparaging, fuck it, put them on there, make it real. And I think they'd be okay. And I'm rambling on here, but I'll let you talk now.
Well, only other thing I was thinking about is if you've ever seen like an expansion draft when they have a new team coming into a league or something, they'll have all the teams get to select, five players, 10 players, whatever it might be, that can't be picked, and they get a pool of other guys to choose from. I think it'd be cool to have a graphic like that where, Raw makes these certain people untouchable, and then there's kind of a pool left of people, and they go through. It's not necessarily the draft, but, just kind of they get to, you get to see the visual of all the guys that are available, who's been protected, so you kind of see who's important, who's not to each brand, and then they can kind of, go through, like, I guess it's kind of the same thing.
Well, and how about this?
They can go through.
They're live in the back, right? So then all of a sudden there's like a drum roll, like Raw's about to select somebody, and then when they do, then it goes to the guy in the back, and it's Andre Cien Almas, and hey, you're coming to SmackDown. What do you think? Like, but I think they sort of did that. I was there live for the first draft or whatever in Boston, and I don't know, dude, it was so boring sitting there waiting for the podium, and then they flashed Finn Balor's picture up on the screen, and it was just kind of like, this sucks. And I think this year they went with a more hands-on with the shake-up thing to sort of make it a live show rather than a sports ESPN thing that you're talking about, which I do like, but I just think that they decided to go a different route because people did complain last time about that, even though for viewers maybe it was funner, but for people there, I don't think it was.
Yeah, I just think it makes it too much of like a cluster. There's so many people that are moving around, and it's only in a 2-hour period, that it's kind of hard to follow and keep up with and get excited about because there's just so many people changing places that you kind of just have to wait till next week to see what happens. You don't really, I don't know. I think they could build storylines, start things, make people more important.
Well, they should,
when they get picked.
They certainly should show all the picks, all the people who are going like in the cards, and be like, so SmackDown has acquired these people. Here's who Raw has acquired, and they should probably break it down a little like repetitively, like at the end of both shows, and then next week they need to do it. So hopefully they will do that. I don't know. That's a good idea, but I'm with you. I don't know. I just don't. I think that they're just keeping it. They're mailing everything in. You know how like we were coming up with all these great ideas and what they could do, and they started to try to flirt with it. And when they saw that the numbers weren't working very well for that stuff, even the NXT weekly show, the numbers are really down. The takeovers are great, but I mean, obviously the weekly show's down, and so they're just kind of like, oh, the minute that they're not getting rocket ship numbers, they push away from things. Hell, they pushed away from the Stone Cold podcast stuff even, and that was doing good. I don't understand them at all at the network. But 978, thanks for the call, man. Good shit. Real quick, let's go to another one. Guys, I'm going to pause on the phones for a second. I'll let you know when I open them back up again. But real quick, we got Just Call Me Luke. What's up, Luke?
What's going on, Joe? What's going on?
What's up, man? How are you?
Dude, I'm doing all right. I think SmackDown is going to be a watchable show. I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah.
The only problem I see with bringing a lot of these tag teams in is that they're going to get mixed in the shuffle. Like the bar, I feel like they're just going to be on a decline. I really don't think they're going to get pushed, especially with Sanity coming in, and then you have the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, the possibilities are endless for the tag team. I like how they're going to emphasize it.
I would certainly at this point utilize Sheamus and Cesaro to be somewhat strong in the beginning and then eventually put over the Revival, put over somebody else maybe, and then eventually break them up and put them back into singles action or something because, I don't know, but that's how you can use them, I guess. I mean, because otherwise, who's going to get over? Because the Revival right now is being used as enhancement, but they should be fucking one of the top heel tag teams on the roster. Honestly, they should be the Bludgeon Brothers. Unfortunately, the Bludgeon Brothers are here, right? I think the Bludgeon Brothers should have moved to Raw, and the Revival should have dominated SmackDown with the tag belts at some point, leading to an Usos rivalry, making the Usos almost face. And, but that would be interesting because those teams are really cool. I love both those teams. And then you got the other, and then Cesaro and Sheamus can be there as the buffer, and then eventually they can whatever. But I don't know. I mean,
I'll tell you what though. If they do end up splitting Sheamus and Cesaro, I really hope they go back to pushing Cesaro because as a solo act, he can freaking wrestle, man. He's just he's a outstanding performer. I love it.
He can wrestle, but he can't talk really.
No, he can't talk for shit. Not with that freaking tooth missing.
Well,
But,
that now he can't talk. Now it's a well. It's funny.
Now he can't talk
It's
for
funny
shit.
that now it's a gag. You know, that's what's funny. But
you know, and then yeah, like you said, with Samoa Joe coming in, not as big of a pop, which I was kind of surprised, like you know. But man, did he cut a promo? Holy shit, he's one of the best. He really is. I hope he does well there. I hope he gets a championship shot right away. I mean, this is kind of like TNA main event back in the day, with AJ Styles potentially with a match and Samoa Joe. So I mean, it's gonna be. I'm excited for it, man. Overall, you know, the show itself was good. Shelton Benjamin, I'm sorry, he's gonna get lost in the shuffle. He really is. Now that he's by himself, he ain't getting no push. Jeff Hardy, you know, as the U.S. champ, we'll see what competition comes up. With Randy Orton at the beginning, what the fuck was up with Randy Orton?
dude,
I mean, he comes out for like 2 seconds, slow walks, his music cuts out, he kind of looks back, and then Jeff Hardy comes in, and then he leaves. Like, what? What the fuck's that all about? Are they gonna start a rivalry, or what the hell is gonna, what are they gonna do?
I honestly didn't know what was going on there. In fact, I forgot. And by the way, let me just make a quick announcement. We'll get back to that because this is very interesting. I was sort of like I was doing some family stuff at that time, but I was watching. But then I saw Jeff Hardy come out. Now I thought he was coming out. If anybody watched my Twitter earlier, I was already kind of spoiling it for everybody. Like, hey, Jeff's gonna be here. I think. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I think some people were mad. They were like, "Oh, why'd you tell us?" Because I heard that Jeff Hardy is there with the belt, and that's weird. But Jake DeMarco had his head scan and everything that's going on with his stuff. So he's got all this neurology stuff going on. So he's actually not too far away from me because he's got to see some good doctors. So he's not going to be here tonight. That's why he's not here tonight. People asking where Jake DeMarco is. I almost forgot. So that's where Jake is. So just send him some good shit on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter if you can. I'm at Real Cronin. It's not Real Joe Cronin anymore. It's Real Cronin. Follow my new Twitter account. I will follow you back tonight at Real Cronin. He is at Countdown Ended. And give him some love on Twitter, He'll be back. He won't be here for Out of Nowhere tomorrow night, so it'll be me and OK Fabe and maybe a couple other people. We'll probably put callers on longer. Like, Luke, if you call, I'll leave you on longer. Like, people like that. So... But yeah, back. So that's where Jake is. So thank you guys. Thanks for all the support you guys give us. Thanks for all the donations and everything that makes it, makes everybody's life better to do what we do. And yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. I can't believe I've been doing this for 12, 14, fucking almost 6 years, 7 years of doing this on YouTube is crazy.
Dude, you've been killing it, man. You've been killing it.
I'm killing it, man. No, I don't know, but no, I really, I'm very thankful. I can't tell you, like, seriously, like, to see 900 people who made it to a SmackDown review on my second channel because YouTube took down my live ability until July is pretty fucking awesome to see that sort of support. So thank you guys. Click that like button. Let me know you love Poontang Pie, and we'll talk about it. So, yeah, I didn't see that happen. That makes no sense, really. It's almost like, let's pop the crowd, and then they'll start to calm down, and then re-pop them again with Jeff. I thought it would have just been better if Jeff just... Why did they have Randy come out? Do you remember what happened? Because I only started watching right when Jeff came out.
Like I said, he literally came out because Shelton Benjamin had thrown down a challenge saying he needed more competition.
Right.
So Randy comes out, slow walks his way to the ring, kind of mouthing a little bit.
It was like when he cashed in. It was like the SmackDown SummerSlam where he cashed in the Money in the Bank walk.
Yes, it was that kind of walk.
Yeah.
It really was. And then, yeah, Jeff Hardy comes out. He looks at Jeff all confused and freaking he doesn't know what to do. So he walks to the back and we don't see him for the rest of the night. Like, what? Like, are they just going to... I don't know what's going to go on. We'll have to see. Maybe it's a progressing program that they're going to try. I don't know. I really don't know. There were some parts... I mean, the R-Truth part, too. There was some weird stuff on the show tonight. I mean, the good outweighed the bad, but damn.
There was some weird stuff. People said that to me.
What the fuck, dude? That was bad.
Guys, thanks for clicking that like button. We almost got 200 likes. Let's see if we can get to 300 likes. And I will listen, let me put it out there too, by the way. I said some things earlier that, not bad things, I just made comments about, some people talking shit, but it wasn't about Mustang Man, all right? I don't talk about him anymore. In fact, I honestly, seriously, I don't, I hate grudges. I hate people who are mean for long periods of time. Who I'm not joking about this. I don't like grudges. I don't like people who are mean for long periods of time and mean when people are, trying to tap out or when they're like, I don't want to be involved in this anymore. So that's why I don't mention this shit. All these other people still mention things about Mustang Man. And I don't even want to do that. I want to say that I wish him so much luck. He's fucking tearing it up, and I wish nothing but the best for him. I think he's very talented. Go get him, and we're both doing really well, and that's it, man. I don't, it's fun. We make jokes back and forth at some point. We did, and we had a lot of good shows and shit. And I know that's crazy, but fuck it. It's so stupid to hold grudges. Life, you could die tomorrow. You know what I mean? It'd be stupid. So I love the guy. I hope he does really well. We gave each other shit, and that's it, man. Shake hands and walk away. I don't want any bad things to come from anybody. And so people that keep bringing stuff up, I'm not really bringing it up anymore. And I keep getting sort of dragged into it, I suppose. But I don't want that to happen. And I think some stuff was fucked up on every end, but in the end, I can say sorry and move on, and I hope that somebody can share this with him and tell them, because I know that people watch both things, and tell him, man, that I respect him, and you know what? This is completely out of left field happening right now. Send him this clip. I don't even care. Completely out of left field, but I just saw some comments that upset me, and I would never want someone to attack someone like this. And people that attack me attack him the same way. It's the same guys attacking both, pretending to be each other's fans. It's so fucking stupid. But listen, bro, I made a shirt that said, here's my apology and a middle finger. But I'll tell you right now, motherfucker, I apologize, and I wish nothing but the best for you. And I love everybody. And I don't, seriously, I make a lot of jokes, but in real life, I want people to be successful and to be happy. So that's it. Fucking cuck away. All right. So anyway, moving on from that. So what else? What was the weirdest thing that happened on SmackDown tonight?
For me personally, the Big Cass Daniel Bryan feud. What the hell is that all about? I mean, I understand Big Cass is back and he's supposed to get a pop, but what are they going to do? Throw him in a triple threat match between him, The Miz, and Daniel Bryan? I mean, what's that
even Samoa Joe brought up Daniel tonight too, right?
I mean, Samoa Joe was after everybody, though. His promo was literally straight fire. It really was. Not to cut from Becky Lynch there. Oh, Becky Lynch, too. What the hell? That was dumb.
I missed that. What happened?
Charlotte comes out to confront Carmella because she's in the middle of her celebration. Here comes the Iconics freaking talking trash to Charlotte, and then they get into a big brawl because Charlotte gets upset, so she goes to fight the Iconics. Here comes Becky Lynch. We totally forget about Becky Lynch. Here she comes. What the fuck? And so they battle. They get into, and then the one-on-one match between Charlotte and Billie Kay happens. All chaos breaks loose at the end, and then Asuka comes out, and just kind of helps get it onto the next segment. But why didn't they just have Asuka come out in the first place? Why do you need Becky Lynch? Not, like I said, nothing to take away from Becky Lynch, but man, is she getting buried? That was, I don't understand that, dude. I really don't.
Yeah,
I said, there was some weird shit tonight as far as the show goes. But the good outweighed the bad, and the call-ups will be good. And, we'll see what goes on with all these programs, or, all these feuds, all these rivalries that they're going to do, all these programs, the tag division in general on SmackDown. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen.
PVS
I'm excited for it.
PV Sweetie Pie said, "Did I hear the crowd chant? We want Enzo." Did they? We thought that would happen with Big Cass.
I heard that, and I also heard we want Ambrose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we thought Ambrose was going to be there too. Yeah, I'm surprised. Now, here's the thing: Big Cass obviously attacking Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's, they're trying to get heel heat on people. So Big Cass attacks Daniel, that gives heel heat. You know what I mean? They're trying to. It's like they're using Daniel for everyone. That's why Samoa Joe brought him up and everybody else. Samoa Joe's promo was beautiful. And I kind of liked what happened tonight. We got all these new people showing up. Samoa Joe put everyone on notice. Everyone, motherfucker. I'll go through everyone. You guys are all living a dream right now. Well, the nightmare has arrived. I'm Samoa Joe. And then Big Cass shows up and he buries fucking, Daniel Bryan. I wouldn't be surprised if Big Cass gets into a match with Daniel Bryan next week because of what happened here. And then at some point after, like, Big Cass has taken out Bryan or has beaten him up, and it's sort of towards the end of the match, or maybe Big Cass attacks Bryan, whatever. Then The Miz dives in the ring from the crowd or something and starts, like, choking out Daniel Bryan after he's already been beaten by Cass. So
some shit's going to happen like that, yeah.
They can use Cass to get all kinds of heat from Daniel Bryan, but Big Cass kind of looks at it like, well, I don't even care about Daniel Bryan. I just wanted to show you that I beat his ass, and now I'm on to the next thing. Meanwhile, The Miz capitalizes on that by, like, choking him out while he's already out or something. So you could sort of see how that they're going to pass the heat off, right? They're going to pass the heat off from Cass to The Miz to build that rivalry. Then Cass can go off to do his own thing. I think that is wonderful. If they do that, that is something I would book that. And that is something that's that they've been needing, is that type of storytelling. And this rivalry with The Miz and Daniel Bryan's already there. The whole goddamn thing's already set. But if you...
Yeah, they have it made. They literally have it made, a match made in heaven right there.
Well, plus he doesn't have the Miztourage anymore, so he's going to use Big Cass kind of, indirectly, I suppose. Give me 1 second. I'm going to throw you guys on hold real quick, and I'm going to play a couple of these donations. Let's see what's up. Put you guys on hold. Maybe you guys will hear them. If you do, you can let me know in a minute. Let's see.
Put your hands in the air if Raw gave you AIDS. Put your hands in the air if Raw gave you AIDS. I'm not afraid to say Raw gave me AIDS. Fuck Raw. Fuck Raw.
Ooh.
Raw gave me AIDS. Fuck Raw.
SmackDown might actually be nuts. Could they mess it up? Yes, but is it harder to mess it up? Yes. Just give these guys the gist of what to do and say and let them all do their thing, and it would be must-see every week. Only gonna watch Raw for Drew now.
Yeah, I don't blame you, I suppose. Raw is a mess as far as I'm concerned. If you keep the same writing team and the same thing, what's up, Baker? How you doing, man? Thank you for the anti-Raw song donation. Appreciate that. Let's see what else we got.
It's gonna be Kane, son of a bitch. My name is Kane and I'm donating now.
By the way, pwpnation.com. Check them out for all your wrestling news. Tons of shit to read.
Better than Raw on the shakeup. Joe's promo was good, and Carmella promo was great. Also 6/10 tonight. Think Finn should have came over and have the club versus Sanity. I think they holding off to Nikki Cross after SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps, Jeremy, thank you for the 666. Perhaps NXT needed that woman. They needed Nikki Cross in NXT because they brought up so many of the women already, so then they could bring in Nikki Cross with Sanity later, maybe when they get involved with a feud with a female wrestler. Jeremy, thank you for the donation, Jeremy.
Jeff Hardy needs a new theme, or his theme from his last run with the company.
Oh, yeah, that was the, you can see the writing on the wall. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was okay when he had his singles run, Bryan S. But just something about that original Hardy theme is pumping everybody up right now. And that's, I don't think they want to stray from that at this point. Since Matt doesn't need it, since Matt has got the broken theme, Jeff can keep that theme, I guess. I suppose that's why. But good idea, Brian. I mean, I get what you're saying, man. But
good setup stuff today. I predict Naomi, Legend Brothers kidnapping, Shane and Paige affair, Randy heel turn. Don't let us down, Road Dogg.
Yeah, I mean, so many people now can vie for the Intercontinental Championship, right? Is that what Jeff has? No, Jeff has the United States Championship. Coach Gordon B. Thank you for becoming a $5 ShiBUM. Yeah, so many people could challenge for the United States Championship now. Yeah, Randy Orton could go back to going after Jeff for it. Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy would be probably a much better match than based on how Jeff Hardy has been having good matches with these guys, Shelton Benjamin and him, good job. Great job the other night with Jinder. I thought he made Jinder look... Man, Jeff Hardy elevated Jinder the other night. We saw Jinder have a match with AJ Styles not that long ago, and even that match was not good. So you can see how hard it is, I think, for the other talent to sort of gel with Jinder and make a good match. AJ Styles' match with Jinder was one of Jinder's better ones, but the Jeff Hardy one the other night I thought was his best match that I can remember seeing, at least in recent memory, which is pretty fucking impressive. You know, when you think about it, just something about Jeff Hardy's style mixed with what they did in the match, then, we're game. Now, let's bring on, and guys, thanks for being here. Hit that like button, stick the thumb up my ass. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you're wondering why my channel is called Battle Royal Battalion and not Wrestle Ropes or something, it's because this isn't my wrestling channel. This is my live gaming channel. But I can't go live on my real channel, Joe Cronin Show, anymore until July 2nd because of the strike. So we're live here. So please subscribe down below here. Then go over and subscribe to Joe Cronin Show. That way you don't miss out on all my wrestling news and the videos that I put out in the podcasts and all the shit that we put out on Joe Cronin Show. Out of nowhere, we'll be here tomorrow night live from this channel. Thursday night, Throwdown will be live on Twitch. Friday night, we'll be monetized this. And then, of course, tomorrow, we're going to be able to go live again from Corrupted. My YouTube channel, Corrupted Podcast, gets to go live, I believe, tomorrow or the day after. So I'm going to do a celebration of Super Chat because we haven't had a Super Chat ability in about a month now. So that'll be fun to do a little Super Chat party. And whatever the fuck. Anyway, let me move on. I'm babbling on like a bitch. Goddamn Connor from Kayfabe on YouTube. You are getting some heat, brother, let me tell you. But what is up, Connor?
I'm getting heat from what?
I don't even want to tell you. I feel terrible telling you. You are getting heat, though, man. I will say.
Oh, great.
Do you want to know? I'll tell you why. Do you want to know you're getting heat?
I think I know why.
There's 3 different reasons that you're getting heat, and I disagree with all of them, by the way.
Okay.
I love you. You have listen. As far as I'm concerned, bro, you have a show. You have a channel. You have to. You do your show. You do your channel, and you're gonna do it. Like there's no fucking. You don't stop your shit because of something other people do. Your channel is your fucking channel, and I know what you do on your channel, and we do the same thing. But you're here because we're friends. So. Fuck anybody that had bullshit earlier. And I don't think you got really too much. It wasn't that bad, but... Dude,
no, we support each other. You've supported me, and then the least I can do is come on here and help you out and talk about SmackDown and do the thing out of nowhere for me.
That's the other thing, is you come on here and provide content for nothing other than a plug. I mean, you come on here and give great content and great feedback, so fuck everybody. So, but yeah, dude, you're getting heat because you talk about wrestling at the same time. You were getting heat because you got a belt.
Actually, I'll fucking clear this up right here, right now. So the only reason I'm doing this stuff on Twitch live is because I want to try to get the affiliate program. That's it. Once I get that, I'm not going live as frequently over there.
But honestly, dude, who gives a fuck? You can do whatever you want. You are a fucking wrestling show. Here's the facts. People can fucking watch. They all get recorded. You can watch later or whatever the fuck. But the belt thing was funny. Someone was bitching about that. I love Connor. Everything he does, I love. I even love his dick. Anyway, what do you think tonight about SmackDown? I just wanted to clear that up because I love the fuck out of you, and people were fucking around.
I love you too, man, and it's okay. It's okay, even if I have the belt right here, right now. That's fine.
Oh my god, you are like Tommy. You are like Tommy NC. You had to go buy yourself a belt. You're pathetic. You're to buy yourself a belt like Tommy NC. What the fuck is wrong with you?
How much did that cost you? $150?
Actually, I didn't buy this. Somebody got it for me as a birthday present.
Okay, actually, that makes it way better.
Yeah,
right?
I did not buy this myself.
Except, what about that WWE belt behind you? Is that is that the replica one that's like $100 that wasn't $300?
Yeah, no, that's the Toys R Us like knockoff. Yeah.
But dude, how sick was the Toys R Us knockoff? I saw that and was like, holy shit! It almost looks.
Pretty good.
I mean, you pick it up, it's light, but it's like almost the real deal, almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
that thing is it's size wise it's the same. It's obviously the material that's fucking different, but size wise it's about the same as like the commemorative version, which is like the grade below the like $500 replica. Size wise it's the exact same shit.
Dude, Why doesn't Tommy just grab one of those? He's always like complaining about he's got the little WCW when he ripped it up.
It's fucking. It's like $100. It's like $150, and on top of that, Toys R Us is going out of business. There's probably a fucking liquidation sale on the fucker.
I went to Toys R Us. There was they had just rolled out. They just rolled out the women's collection. The women look like Barbie dolls. All the female wrestlers. There was just full. Like nobody bought them. Like they were like on sale and shit. I swear to God, there was 30% of product, regular product, 30%. Everything was sold. 30% of product left. And most of that was filled with the women's stuff. It was crazy. And listen, I get the women's revolution and like let's make it inclusive to everybody. And there's tons of women wrestling fans and little girls who want to be wrestlers and little girls who want to see blah, blah, blah. I get that. But why did they produce so much? Because it's like 7 to 70% of the crowd is male, I think, if it's not more. So why would you produce so much women's stuff? I feel like they made a mistake in their production numbers or in their distribution. And
they should have slowly rolled it out, not like do everything all fucking at once.
Yeah, they must have lost money on this. They had to have. It's incredible. I mean, I know Toys R Us lost money on it. I don't know.
Mattel, right? Is Mattel the...
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Mattel does most of it. But
that's probably why.
I don't know if they did the Barbie doll ones, too, because they had the regular women wrestler stuff. But they had, like, women, like, the dressing room for women with makeup and stuff, and it was all, like, you know, themed towards, little girls, which is great. I think they should have that. That's, if I was a little girl, I would want to, play dress up with the divas, and then have the women's wrestlers. Jesus Christ. Fucking stupid divas. Now it's in my head forever, you cunts. And I'm calling the WWE cunts, not the fucking women. And have the girls come out, and dress them up and come to the ring. That would be really fun. For guys, maybe not as much. Like when I was a boy, I enjoyed like putting red marker on the wrestler to make it look like he got busted open while I was doing a video. Then I'd have to get turpentine to get the red off. And my mother would be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I want to make it real." Like in the middle of the match, he gets busted open. So I would take fucking red marker, dip it in water, and then squeeze it on his face. So, oh my God, he's busted open now. I was a fucking homo. But anyway, what did you think of SmackDown tonight?
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear the last part.
What did you think of SmackDown?
I was happy for the freaking picks. I was surprised by half of them. Fucking Samoa Joe coming over. I didn't see that one coming.
Oh, yeah. No, well, you know what? I feel like an idiot because the other day I was going to say it. I think they're trolling us, and I think Samoa Joe's going to show up. But I didn't say it, so I didn't really know that at all. I thought maybe, but then I was like, nah, he's got the whole thing with Roman. They can't be coming over, which is what we all thought, I think. But there were, to some people's credit on Twitter, there were a few listeners who were like, Samoa Joe's coming. And I said Big Cass, Dean Ambrose, Samoa Joe. And
you also thought Braun Strowman was going to come over, and he didn't.
Right.
I thought Strowman was going to be a surefire, but if we get Joe instead, I'm fine with that.
Well, just switch Strowman with Joe. That's what happened. We thought Braun was coming over. We all said Braun was coming over, and it was Samoa Joe. So that's what happened. We got switched up there.
Yeah. I didn't expect the bar. I think that was one of the more shocking ones, to be honest with you.
I was surprised about that, too. I didn't really care, but I was like, oh, wow, okay, the bar's here. Shit.
Well, just because
for as much as they've been complaining about coming to SmackDown or wanting to come to SmackDown, they actually pulled the plug and did it. Kind of surprising they did.
What did you think of SmackDown? I mean, I really thought tonight's show was good, but bizarre and kind of surprising with the talent that got loaded up on the SmackDown. And in my opinion, I gave the show a higher rating just because of its weird unpredictability tonight. And then Shinsuke shows up in another ball shot, which Bret Hart would hate because it was that weird delayed one.
I love that shit. I fucking died at that. Like, he did it again, and he does, like, the slow-mo, like, and then looks at the crowd all, like, creepy, like I just touched his nuts. Like, it's fucking weird.
And how about this?
Again?
How about this? For months, I'm telling WWE, make him say, "You die." And they don't do it, but they do knee to face. And that doesn't quite work out. But then now they're doing kind
arm to balls.
Well, they should do arm to balls. Like if he said that, dude. If he says arm to balls, or I don't know if you can say balls, but you can say arm to privates. Like that, dude. I will come unglued for that. But also, just him saying no speak English like that. Oh, but that's kind of a mix of like. Isn't that kind of a mix of what I said, which is a one-liner that he should be saying, and but also a mix of what we feared with them sort of labeling him with that Japanese thing, but instead of him behind a hibachi or something acting goofy, this sort of stereotype is like works. It works because he's purposely doing it like, I know this is a stereotype thing, and I'm a dickhead, so guess what? No speak English. So in a way, like, we're in on the joke, and he's in on the joke, so, like, it's different than insulting him like that.
Yeah. I mean, I like it because as a heel, he doesn't have to talk that much. He doesn't have to do shit. He hasn't talked, I mean, aside from the stupid interview they did last week, he didn't say a fucking word tonight, and he doesn't really need to say much. Yeah. AJ, I'm not saying AJ is the greatest on the mic, but he can run that whole fucking promo. He can build that whole shit up. He can do it completely on his own. I think it was also equally as creepy when he was on his way back. He was like touching himself and feeling himself up like that.
Dude, what was he? I saw the same thing. What is he doing, dude?
He arms the guy in the nuts. He arms the guy in the nuts slowly, by the way, and holds it there for a while.
Right.
And then slides back and on the way up.
Yeah, dude, it was really weird. He was like fucking, and then he was like, it was almost like he was rubbing his arm on his balls. Like that's fucking. Go watch it again. He was like, oh yes.
It's the part where they do the replay and then they show Cass in the ring and then they just cut to Nakamura. And the worst part is like they zoom in on his face too, so it's just like.
Oh my god, dude. Mandy in the chat. Mandy, Mandy wrote punch to privates.
Oh, man.
Dude, that is so fucking funny.
God. Man.
Punch to
he literally
privates.
naming his hands up on stage after no speak English.
The heel turn we wanted, and Samoa Joe was looking at Sin Cara's anus.
It was like weirdly gay. It was almost like, dude, I thought this when I saw it. I said, man, this is like almost gold dust, like right now. Like this
it really is.
It was like gold dust.
Nuts. All he needs is like pink teeth and the fucking the what do you call it? The mouth guard. That's all he needs.
I love that he's all squirrely, that he just, like you said, he goes back down like all squirrely and fucking jumps back over.
One eye open.
Yeah.
Dude, you having a stroke?
Dude, if he keeps doing that stuff, like, that's gold. That's like the stuff that Vince loves with Matt Hardy. Like, just like, you are so weird. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't think Vince...
I love it. Touch yourself again.
By the way, I was listening to shoot videos earlier, which we all do all the time, but I heard... I was dying because I'd heard this back in the day, but I heard it again, was dying. When Bret Hart's on Howard Stern, and he's like, just out of nowhere, he's like, well, I think that, that there's some homosexual stuff going on with, Shawn Michaels and fucking Vince McMahon. Like, it's just so fucking bizarre that he just brings it up, and it just kills me. Hey, tell me if you can hear this, Connor. You hear this?
Jealous of us.
They'd be jealous of us.
Oh, you did hear it. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Because it's just so fucking funny, dude. It was Howard Stern a long time ago. I remember when I first heard it, but listen to this. This fucking, to me, this cracks me the fuck up.
Kind of a homosexual tie-in between Shawn. What about that? Anything to
This is
that?
the best.
I think that... I mean, I don't know, because you never know what goes on behind closed doors, but I really...
You never know what goes on behind closed doors. Bret Hart's such a shithead. Dude, he's such
He's
a
like, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but I couldn't guess it's sodomy.
Well, I think, you never know what goes on behind closed doors, but, it's like, what?
I strongly think there's a link between some kind of a homosexual tie-in between Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon.
What are you saying there,
Whoa, wait a second. Wait.
I love Stern. Dude, Stern don't even know who Shawn is.
Stern did not expect that.
Whoa, yeah. You're just, like, Bret just offers that up. He's like, hey, the caller calls, and he's like, hey, why is Sean get a push and like you don't? You know, he's always injured and shit. And then Bret's just like, well, I strongly think that there's a big homosexual. Like, dude, listen, I love Bret Hart, but he is so full of himself, it's insane. And, you know, is Shawn Michaels an arrogant dick? Yes. Is Triple H kind of a fucking skeevy dude sometimes? Yes. You know, but, you know, he fucking hates Triple H so much, he's like, he can't sell worth of shit and all these things. Well, how does he watch the product now? Because, Jesus. But you know, the best is then Razor. I was listening to Razor. Remember the one Razor talks about Bret Hart's house? And he's like, this guy has photos of himself up in every room dressed up in wrestling gear, even in his bedroom above his bed. And it's just the funniest goddamn shit to listen to. It's like, you know it's true because Bret is so whacked out. And like, the first thing I would do if I get Bret on my show would be to suck his ass for the first few minutes. That way he knows that I love him. And then we can go on.
Someone said that about him, like in previous shoot interviews. I can't remember who, not in a negative sense, but they're like, Bret takes this way too seriously. Like he treats it like a shoot. He treats it like 100%, like all, like he is on all the time. And after hearing, yeah, I fucking believe.
No,
that 100%.
He believes like this is a legacy. This is like, it's really important to him, and he holds himself in a high regard. And I agree with him with many things. Like, he wants to be involved. He was like, I'd love to be involved in the WWE now and help them with matches. Like, I thought this match sucked and I could have helped it be better. You know, while I think that he is extremely arrogant and stuff like that, I kind of agree with him on a lot of what he says. It's just crazy how, like, because his self-esteem is just like through the fucking roof. And, you know,
4 out of 10.
And I think he's wonderful, but I mean, I'm just, my self-esteem is like shit. I'm like, I don't know if I could do much. But then sometimes I burst out and say, they should hire me because I'll do this. But I mean, he's really fucking, man, he is, but fuck it, he's a goddamn legend. I love him, but it's like, the guy is, I mean, he might be jerking off to himself is what I'm saying. But anyway.
To himself.
Let's talk about the, of himself. Is your microphone on? Let me ask you something. Is that microphone on? Is your camera mic on right now? You sound like shit.
People in chat were, yeah, hold on. Let me, I was literally recording right before this. Let me hop off and hop right back on and see if I can fix this fucking thing.
You're going to be pissed when you find out your recording is that fucking camera mic.
Yeah, no shit, right? All right, I'll be right back.
No problem. All right, open up the phone lines for some other people. If you guys want to call 339-226-6610, let's play a donation.
Shit bum.
Fuck this shakeup. I should have got a phone call and should have went to Raw or SmackDown to show you the real A show. I would have brought my wheelchair and pulled a Batista and show you that I can walk and still wrestle these young punks. #wheelchair.
Oh my god.
Hell, pull a Batista and freaking quit on national TV.
I'm out of here.
You want to see me quit?
Lex Luger, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. Also, thanks to Broken Lion. Anything under $3, I guess, doesn't play for some reason right now. But he says, I fucking love heel Shinsuke. Can't wait to see what weird shit he does next. That's how I think people feel, and I think that's a really good situation for them to be in. They've really created interest here. If they can get the stories written now, the week-to-week storytelling, and not just, ooh, I'm mad at you, so match happens. If they can start getting a little deeper, they're going to get some goddamn gold, and that would be wonderful. Let's see who we got on the phone. There's so many calls. 567, what's up?
Yo.
Hey, man. What's up, man? You live. Elias, what's up?
Hey, man. I watched SmackDown tonight, and it was better than Raw by far today. It was better.
I agree. I gave Raw a very I think I gave Raw a high rating. I gave it a 5 out of 10 last night. I would probably give this show tonight a 6.5 out of 10. You know?
Yeah, like SmackDown roster stacked right now. On Raw Day, Samoa Cass, Bryan, AidZ. Like, it's gonna be a good SmackDown from now on.
Yeah, I agree. It's I mean, this is dude, SmackDown looks interesting. If they can, they will have to be really stupid as shit to screw this up. With this type of excitement, this type of talent coming over, like if they don't do good, if they don't have 7 out of 10 shows at least every week with what they've done here, 6 or 7 out of 10 shows at least every week at this point, Like, I mean, it's pathetic if this doesn't happen. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Road Dogg just fucking hit somebody in the head with a chair. You know what I mean? And turned on the Shield tonight or something. Because this is what Road Dogg has to work with right now is unfucking believable. This guy just pulled the Montreal screw job on Monday Night Raw. Elias, thanks for the call, man. You're breaking up a bit. Let's welcome back Connor and see how his mic is.
We good?
Oh my God!
A lot louder.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, yeah, a lot louder, but you sound better. Like definitely that mic is working now instead of the camera.
Thank God.
Yeah, you sound way better.
Oh yeah, much better, much better.
You're also when you're working out, you're looking better too.
I try. No, I'm kidding. I'm a fat ass. It's all that Wendy's Tommy's keeps feeding me. Jesus.
I'm gonna gobble you. I'm just kidding.
Like a turkey.
God damn it, I got a hole in my fucking tooth. And I fucking bit into some steak the other day. You know when you grab something on your gums and then
hate that shit.
And your gum like itches for like days and you want to bite on it? Like that's what's going on right now. It's driving me fucking nuts.
Ugh. Fucking hate that crap.
Okay, so let's fucking what else happened on SmackDown? Okay, are there any call-ups that you well, let me pull up SmackDown real quick, but are there any call-ups that you're angry about or upset about or confused about at this point?
I guess Riot Squad and Absolution switching is kind of weird, but I mean,
to me,
they blew through everything.
To me, it's they had a plan with Paige's group, and that doesn't work without Paige. So they were like, "Well, throw them over there because that didn't matter anyway, and we need them over here because we had a plan." I mean, maybe.
Yeah, there wasn't really any. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, there really wasn't any that was like, this is bullshit kind of deal. I think really, I was more intrigued like Sanity. Almas shocked the hell out of me. I'll say that. There wasn't. I can't think of any that was really like Asuka. Asuka was weird just because it's like she challenged for the SmackDown title, then she just goes to SmackDown and felt a little redundant. But other than that, there really wasn't anything I think that was upsetting or like, fuck this, that shouldn't happen. That was more on Raw, but definitely not on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, I thought SmackDown was the more fun show to watch, and it was the better roster. It feels like
Yeah, what I was saying was we were talking about earlier about how you felt about the show. I think Raw and SmackDown echoed each other in the sense of there really wasn't anything wowing as far as the match is concerned. There wasn't anything horrible. I mean, SmackDown had a lot of quick squash. Everything was about the shakeup. That was pretty much the whole focus of the whole fucking thing. But it really makes me like wonder like what the fuck they're gonna do with the Rumble, Backlash, all that shit. Because shit can still switch hands.
It's true, but didn't you think that SmackDown still set up like the next week's better because Samoa called out everybody? Big Cass attacked Daniel Bryan. The Miz is
I think
coming.
that was one of the smartest things they did. I was hearing you before I hopped on. That I think was genius because Miz and like you guys were saying earlier, Miz and Daniel Bryan, you're going to print money no matter when you do that, and you want to save that for one of the biggest moments on SmackDown if at all possible. Just have Big Cass come out, at least be like a buffer between the two. Fucking A. I think that's a genius idea. I'm not saying it's gonna be a great match, but at least it prolongs Miz and Daniel Bryan, so you get it for like Money in the Bank or presumably SummerSlam or some other bigger moment, which I think was smart.
You could even have like, at some point Daniel Bryan gets one up on Cass, so then Cass boots him in the face and beats the shit out of him, and then Cass leaves. Would Daniel Bryan beat him or something like that, but Big Cass is leaving mad. But Daniel Bryan's laid out. And then the Miz jumps in the ring. And honestly, I would have the Miz jump in the ring and put him in like a chokehold when he's already out, and being like fucking like you know what I mean? Like oh my god! And then Big Cass moves on pretty much, but then Daniel Bryan and the Miz. I don't know. You could really do something with that dynamic. I thought you're right. They set that up. This is like the new director taking over the Star Wars movie. There's so much shit going on right now that you have to sort of figure out. Like, you can really sit down with a bunch of stuff to work off of, but create it yourself now. So what they have to write on next week is pretty fucking amazing, what they set up tonight. What did Raw do? I'm trying to think. What did Raw set up for next week?
Not shit.
Riot Squad versus Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Yep.
That's really the only thing I can think. Authors of Pain are now a tag team. I'm trying to think like what else.
I mean, I guess Raw was more. Raw pushed more like the Greatest Rumble. Like they're pushing like the pay-per-view thing that's happening, but they're not really pushing next week's story. But SmackDown really pushed,
No.
oh shit, what's going to go on next week? You know, and it wasn't the best job of it. SmackDown didn't kill it with doing that. But like, we're watching week-to-week television that is a continuation and sometimes standalone, right? Like, you have the ability on SmackDown and Raw to tell stories in one night or to have continuations. And you should be doing a mix of those things if you can, but also continuating so that way the ratings carry over. And that's a major score to me. So, like, on Raw, I don't necessarily feel the greatest need that, wow, what's going to happen, I guess, next week? But on SmackDown, there's some interest there because what's going to happen next week? Is Shinsuke going to try to punch AJ in the balls again? Is AJ's going to get back at him? What's going on with Cass attacking Dana Bryan? Is The Miz going to show up next week? Cien Almas is here. What's he going to do? Insanity's going to be here. What are they going to do? You know, and by the way, I think there was a major mistake tonight with one thing, I will say.
What's that?
The Bludgeon Brothers attacked the Usos. And then when Naomi came down, was like, oh my God, stop. They just walked away. What was that? You gave them heat. You just gave the Bludgeon Brothers a little bit of heat by them attacking the Usos. And then when Naomi came down, they walked away. Why did they do that? They should have attacked them again or attacked Naomi. I mean, let's be honest. If it wasn't a PC, PG world, I would have had them attack Naomi. But that's just, you know, that would be fucked up. And then you'd get heat, you know? And you know what they could have done? Have Naomi have worn, like her outfit or something that was a different, or have her have an outfit on something and have them come up to Naomi and get real creepy in her face. And then have them look down at her, like, her clothes and then rip her fucking thing off or rip her dress or something. I mean, that'd be kind of, even that I feel like they wouldn't touch, right? Because that's like insinuating like rape or something. But I mean, do something weird, like where like how about like tie my shoe or something. Like, you know, imagine fucking what's Luke Harper being like, tie my shoe. No! Tie my shoe.
And like the Snitsky foot thing on the way out.
Yeah, and like she gets down and ties his shoe. Then he fucking raises an arm and she falls over. And then he bashes one of the Usos with the hammer. Like that type of shit. Or even if you can't go there, fine, I get it. Push her out of the way a little bit, pick up the Uso, and smash him again. But instead, you made the Bludgeon Brothers look like respectable guys. So they went from... They got heat attacking the Usos, and then they said, okay, a woman's out here, let's back off now. What?
Yeah, they should have scared the shit out of her, and they didn't. They failed on that opportunity, you're right.
Well, I would have done like some sort of backstage thing and actually this just popped in my head. I would have had them like, maybe not take the hammer and hit them in the head, but I would have like had them hit like a hand and break the hand or something like that. You remember? I don't know if you remember this, Joe, but they did it with, I think it was Taker and Lesnar, and it was their Hell in a Cell match, and then they had a brawl, and like Lesnar attacked Undertaker, and Taker was like standing up against like a chain link fence. He was going like this, and Lesnar took a propane tank and just hit him in the hand with it, and he had like a fake cast. I would have much rather seen like something like that where you had like a choreographed backstage segment. The other part that pissed me off too was fucking I mean, granted, they're not going to do anything with it anyway, but Naomi just won the fucking women's WrestleMania Battle Royal, and you're not going to do shit with it?
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
again, Giant didn't do anything with it, but...
You just nailed it. Have them smash Naomi's trophy. Something. Can you imagine that? She comes out there to protect them, and then they backed off. Remember when they backed off and they looked at each other like, let's leave her alone? They go in the back. Suddenly, they come out dragging the trophy, and she's down there trying to check on both Usos like, oh my God, they attacked you. And there's the Bludgeon Brothers. They're back now. And now they're at the top of the ramp with the trophy, the first ever Women's Memorial Trophy, and they smash the fucking thing. And then she's crying. They're beat up. They smashed her trophy. Holy shit, what's going to happen next week? But instead, they beat up the Usos like always happens every week. Someone gets beat up, and then they just leave them alone. But they could have gotten way more heat. And that would have been fine, right? What I just said, that is PG.
Yeah.
Bingo, we nailed it. Me and you, through just debating like we did, figured out how to book this even better than they booked it. But anyway. I'm sorry. I just when you get like I'm like damn. I'm gonna tweet Road Dogg right now.
I'm the
like,
same way when I
do
get
it next
creative
week.
Juices flowing, you're like, fucking day.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you do it, dude, because you'd be like, oh, shit, what's going to happen next week? And, you know, Naomi, like, works so hard for that and everything. Talk about fucking, Like, that's an emotional thing. Like, she won this thing. It's the first ever one. You know how proud she was of it. And they beat up her boyfriend and then his brother. And now they've broken her fucking trophy. And then now the Usos can rap on something next week. They can be like, we can get beat up. We get beat up all the time. We got beat up when we were the champions, but guess what? We still were the champions. We're the Usos. This the Uso penitentiary. But when you start messing with my girl's, fucking trophy, there's something she worked so hard for. You crossed the line, bitch! And all that type of stuff. Like, when I had to go home and watch her cry all night long, blah, 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 I'm going to remember her tears when I'm beating your face in. I'm going to remember her tears when I'm taking that sledgehammer and bashing your leg with it. I'm going to remember her tears when I'm taking that title belt off your waist. All that stuff. They got all this stuff to rap on and to talk about. And there's now it's sort of just, we're going to get you because you beat us up and you got the belts. But they could have made it so much more emotional.
Mm-hmm. She didn't work hard for the belt, by the way. She was outside the ring for most of the match and hopped back in the last second when everyone forgot about her. Just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about, that's what they painted the story. She's gone through all this shit and she got injured. And, she recently posted the racial comments. Someone attacked her and she posted it. And I actually got heat for that because my thing was, dude, everyone gets attacked on Twitter. What, Leah?
Can I have part of that Italian sub you didn't eat?
Yeah, go ahead. How many, blah, 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 blah. All right, listen, fuck, I gotta pee myself. Connor, you want to take over with Luke for a minute for me?
Sure.
It's not your show, but fuck, it is now.
Hey, no.
All right, I'm gonna
go. Heat. Woo!
All right, I'm gonna go back. You're gonna be my Jake. I'm gonna go pee. Connor from OK Fabe taking over. Just call me Luke. 1 second, then I'll take phone calls from more people.
Let's see. You want more heat? Just get that belt back out.
All right, might as well. No, I don't need more fucking heat at this point. Jesus. I felt bad fucking posing with the shit on Twitter enough as it was. And I'm like, oh, here come the floods. But, I mean, I was thinking back to what Joe said about, like, the call-ups and the differences between the two. And he's right. Like, if you look back at Raw, the only things that really, like, there wasn't anything that was progressing. It was more just, like, I don't know. Like, there was things about it that, like, I did enjoy Drew McIntyre being on fucking Raw. But, I mean, let me ask you this, Luke. Did you, what do you think about the whole idea of Nikki Cross? I know you guys were kind of talking about it beforehand, but with Nikki Cross coming up, do you think keeping her in NXT was a good idea?
Well, I was kind of upset not seeing her in the graphic in the first place, but hearing what Joe had to say about, trying to keep her back down, just because so many people got called up from the women's division down in NXT, I do think it's a good move for now, but sooner or later, well, I'll tell you this. It kind of reminds me of the Authors of Pain dropping their manager. Now it's Insanity dropping Nikki Cross in a sense.
True.
It's the same type principle.
Yeah. So, I mean, we all knew that they were going to drop Ellering as soon as they came out to the main roster, though. That was kind of pretty much a foregone conclusion, I think, because of the road and all that shit. But but with Nikki, I just saw so much backlash from people on Twitter, like, fuck this, we want Nikki Cross too, and fuck that, and fuck. I'm like, Jesus. But I get it. It's a whole package deal. But at the same time, as long as they keep Nikki Cross the same on NXT, which that's really the big worrying part. They don't look how many women got called up from the main roster just in this past 2 weeks. You had Ember Moon.
Yep.
You had Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, and then is that? I think that's all of them. Actually, now that I think about it, is that all the major ones? Yeah, I think those are the only ones.
I think so. But
if you count, unless you count Zelina Vega.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't, obviously she's not a full wrestler, but I mean, she can fight. So, I mean, I can see her being used. But yeah, I think it gets mixed in the shuffle with everyone just getting called up. It feels like it's more than it is. But, keep Nikki down there. Hell, even make her a champion. Why don't you? Let her compete for the championship down there. Let her get real built. And then when she does get called back up, have her go to SmackDown and, rejoin Insanity.
Well, yeah, obviously you can just easily rejoin them, and I'm kind of glad that the rumor of Bray Wyatt leading them is not happening, at least right now. Because I wouldn't know how the fuck they would book that shit. That would be just weird. Like Bray betrays Matt, and then you're just right back to square one. It's fucking weird. At least this way, they're kind of different. They're kind of unique. And man, that tag team division would be fucking insane. The thing too is though, if you look at NXT, right, the NXT women's division. It was hurting, I thought, when Asuka left. It's hurting now more so than ever because really the stars that you have is Shayna Baszler as the champion.
Yep.
The only other ones I can think of instinctively off the top of my head is Kairi Sane, Lacey Evans, Nikki Cross, And that's really the major players they have. I'm even surprised they called it the Iconic Duo, to be honest with you. I'm not upset. I'm just surprised because I figured more so now than ever they would fucking want to beef up the women's division. So I don't know. NXT got really fucking hammered between losing their last 2 NXT champions, their last women's champion. Man, Jesus.
Yeah, they're getting crushed. And and I maybe shame on me for not watching NXT more, to not know the women's division like as much or in detail as maybe others do. But it just feels like that division in general is in trouble. I mean, with all the call-ups. I mean, Ember Moon on Raw, gone. I mean, but like you said, Shayna Baszler realistically is like the only thing they have, and Kairi Sane. That's it.
Well, it's great because Baszler's a great heel. I wasn't big on her when she was first fighting for the title, but now I'm like starting to like really appreciate like how much of a bitch she is as far as her character.
She's a badass.
But I mean, you don't have to. NXT weekly shows, I always recommend people to watch them if they can. If for anything else, like go and look and see like the highlights, or at least see like what the big, because there's always one really fucking amazing match. Or at least to familiarize themselves. They have a stacked women's division in NXT. The problem is they don't really know they haven't built them yet. It's like they have a bunch of women, but they haven't like developed them. They haven't developed their characters well enough yet to make you appreciate what they can do. Their women's division's huge, but they haven't pushed them to the forefront yet to kind of make them think, oh, this division's awesome, but we really don't know enough of the women. So that's really where with now Ember Moon gone, with now Peyton Royce, with that's why Nikki Cross I think is more prevalent to stay, because to help rebuild the women's division even more so than it needs to before.
Well, hell, that's why it is developmental. I mean, they'll work on it. They'll get it back to NXT standards, and be amazing. And then when they do get called up, they'll find a way to fuck it up on the main roster. It's just that's what it is.
That's why I'm worried about these call-ups.
Yeah, I mean, we all are. So
yeah, that's why it's like, man, I just stay in NXT. But dude, if they start doing good stuff on SmackDown, I would love it, dude. Like I said, one of my major problems tonight was the Bludgeon Brothers thing, and I'm like running around the house right now, because if I had seen them smash her trophy and be upset, it would have been fucking awesome. Because it would have felt like, wow, next week, like, what the fuck? But right now, it just feels like, they beat up the Usos. They're the champions already. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Like, pretty good. But, like, they lost their heat when they said, okay, Naomi, go ahead. Like, no, they should have interrupted her. Like, and not let her pass while the other one beat up her boyfriend. Like, or they could have done what I just said with the fucking trophy. Something else should have happened to make sure they got heat, to nail it in. Like, they are getting heat. But anyway, I know that I'm fucking ranting on this, but it was like one of my major issues tonight. It was like, oh, cool, and then like it got taken away in a second.
Well, Joe, you're a fan like I am. I mean, I think we have the same idea where like little things can make or break an angle or a rivalry. Right. Little tiny details that maybe not other people might notice. Like, you watched Takeover, right? You watched.
Oh my God, yeah, of course I did. That was one of the best things I've ever seen.
So I went back and I rewatched the ladder match, and one of my favorite moments of the whole thing was everyone's laid out and they just zoom in on Adam Cole's face, and he's like climbing up the ladder, and he just looks over like. And I popped so huge for that, because it was just that little facial expression. That's all it was, and I popped fucking crazy for that.
But it also wasn't like an egregious, like clearly like you're gonna be here and we'll have the camera and you'll be like like it's like they didn't plan it. I mean, they got in there and it seemed authentic, is what I'm trying to say.
Right, but little details like that in certain things can really like make or break an angle for a lot of us. Is like, dude, just little tiny things.
You know what else helps me? That match just seems so like it just felt so authentic. Even when, and you know what, mistakes can make things feel authentic too. When Ricochet jumped off the rope and hit the ladder, and then the thing cracked and just gave way and they fell over. Like, that was fucking hilarious. Like, I was like, oh my God, because he hit it and then went and then just fell over. And you're like, yeah, that would happen. And then, he just reset it up and they just did the thing anyway. And it didn't matter. It didn't get weird. Just like, obviously, I'm going to do this now. It happens. And that sort of stuff makes it feel authentic. It makes it better. It reminds me of when Samoa Joe got busted open against Finn Balor. That match was going to be a 6, maybe a 6 out of 10 in my book, maybe a 5, not anything special. It was going to be an okay match, but when Samoa Joe got busted open, it just added such realism and drama to the match that the match wouldn't have had. That I think I gave that a 7 or an 8, and it wouldn't have had that. Like, legitimately, blood doesn't always do this, because it didn't do it with Roman at WrestleMania.
I was just gonna bring that up.
I think actually Bret Hart just recently did a shoot on this too. Bret Hart said it didn't matter. They ruined Roman, and at WrestleMania, Bret Hart goes, they could have cut his head off, and those people wouldn't have cared.
I was there for that Dallas match. People were bullshit. That they kept stopping it and stopping and stop the Joe Balor one where he kept bleeding and they kept fucking stopping it over again. They were bullshit, and they just kept going. You can hear him going, "Let them fight," because it's like it was just getting into it. Like and then all of a sudden, like, stop. And like, and then stop.
And Samoa Joe, if I remember, like, to his credit, he was like pissed. He was like, "Get away from me." He wanted to just keep going.
He pushed one guy. I think if you go back and look, I think it was in the corner turnbuckle. I think he pushed a guy and like almost like it was a medic, like with gloves on, like, "We're here to help." He's like, fuck off, and like pushed him down.
Yeah, he pushed him so hard that I started questioning if it was a work, because it just seemed like, wow, like either he just really pushed him and is trying to stay in character and is mad that this is happening, or this was planned. Like, that's how much, because he fucking shoved someone, and it clearly wasn't planned at all. It didn't seem.
No, it was a shoot, or it was a shoot. It wasn't a work as far as I know, but he was bullshit, and I don't want to be in the way of Samoa Joe angry.
Velveteen Dream was a star in that match too. I mean, the way he the charisma off of him,
fucking elbow drop, Jesus Christ.
That was an insane elbow drop.
He was so high, dude. He was almost as high as the Hell in the Cell. And he didn't go through a table with pads. He went into the middle of the ring, which probably could hurt more. So, and the bigger fall, obviously you get more give in the ring and everything, but that was a crazy fucking elbow, man. That was impressive from him.
The way he does the elbow too looks really fucking dangerous if you go back and watch, because he kind of like, I don't know, I feel like with Kairi Sane, she just throws her fucking whole weight into it. He kind of does like the Macho Man where he just like glides down and just, it looks like he lands on his, it looks like if you just were off by an inch, he could have like destroyed something. And
Well, it looks like when he at first jumps off the ladder, it looks like he's totally going to botch the move. And then he like recovers like midway 3/4 in the air. And then when he lands it, it just, I mean, oh, dude, like you said, it just looks painful, but it looks so good.
He's weird because he's almost like Rick Rude and the Macho Man, like, combined, like, with something else in there. And it's really bizarre, like, because he's like, when he's in the ring wrestling one-on-one, he's so tall that he's got the sort of the movements. Sometimes he reminds me of Rude, not just because of his tights looking like Rude's tights a little bit, but he just sort of has those, like, I'm a strong man physique, and I know he's got a little different, like, androgynous thing going on, but it just sort of reminds you of that. But then all of a sudden he kind of moves fluently and can high fly and can jump high and can be very agile, and kind of like how the Macho Man could be a little bit agile like that. He's just very charismatic the way he moves. This guy's, I think he's 21, is Velveteen Dream or something.
Yep. And rumor has it he might get called up soon.
Well, and here's the other thing. He's wrestling sort of a classic WWE style. He's not doing anything like, he's not doing Ricochet. He's not doing flip-flop. He's not even doing Adam Cole. He's not even doing Cien Almas stuff, anything like that. But he is, I don't know what it is. I don't think Velveteen Dream is the best technical wrestler, obviously. He's not a very good technical wrestler, but Velveteen Dream somehow is making basic moves look way better than normal. Like, it's bizarre. A simple elbow drop.
I know what you're talking about. Macho Man kind of did the same thing. Like, he wasn't aerial, he wasn't crazy, but when he didn't do anything. Like, he wasn't a great, like, technical wrestler. I mean, you look at Steamboat Savage from 3, that's obviously an instant classic, but like, as far as like technical wrestling, he wasn't really known for that. He just made things fluid and smooth. You look at Velveteen Dream, I'm pretty sure aside from a drop kick in the elbow, he doesn't do any aerial moves, right?
Yeah, no,
it's just more of your traditional basic, like you guys said, it's traditional basic moves, which he makes his own, and it works.
Yeah, like, it's kind of like when you see a certain superstar, like if he was in the video game, it's sort of like when you see someone move, you could see them in the video game as like a blank character, and you could say, That's Velveteen Dream. I can tell by his mannerisms.
I know what you're talking about when they have like the creator wrestler like templates.
Yeah, you're like,
gosh.
but usually it gives it away when they do some patented thing, like someone goes and you're like, oh, that's Diesel or something. But no, it's like, but I just mean his regular moves, like his slam and like the way he moves his elbow and the way things like that, little things that he does that differentiates himself from other people, and that is. Listen, I'm not trying to suck ass right now because I was questioning this guy. Like, I would go from loving him, then I'm like, oh, he's not quite ready though. But looking at him, I'm not kidding, man. I mean, he could fall and be completely dud all of a sudden if he goes to the main roster. But I don't know, man. His fluidity and that charisma is amazing. If he can really start to nail promos and get a character even further going forward, he could be something pretty goddamn good in this company. And there was something else I was going to say about him. Oh, yeah, like even like taking the Death Valley Driver off the top rope. I forget, did he get put through that or did he do it?
No, he gave it to Ricochet. It was he set the ladder up and he put a second ladder between that one and the turnbuckle, and then he picked him up from the turnbuckle and just rolled him. The only reason I remember that is because I rewatched Mauro Ranallo's reaction.
Oh my!
There are no words.
You watch his whole reaction video that they put out on Twitter?
I've watched it at least 10 times at this point because it's funnier every time I watch it.
I
shouldn't say funny, but like it's just entertaining to watch.
It's great. It's been like 5 or 6 at least. Mamma mia! Oh my God, Fuego!
Man, I gotta tell you, man, I'm so mad at him. I can't believe that he's more psychotic than me. I gotta give it's crazy. Like, Sarah, I really am mad. I'm upset. I'm upset. You know,
a date with destiny here at NXT Takeover.
I've been calling wrestling for 8 years with a passion here, and this fucking guy is just fucking doing it on the big stage, and now I'm a copycat. This guy is fucking crazy.
Twin close, Joe.
On his back.
Look at his buddy. I love his what's the guy with him who doesn't say almost anything?
Percy Watson.
Yeah, Percy Watson.
Look at Percy. He's just fucking like he looks like a fake person. He doesn't even look like he's real right here.
There was one part where Mauro like he thinks the referee's counting to 8 and he's actually at 6. He's like, "Excuse me, I guess I did." And then he just looks at the camera like
I miss math class.
Sullivan has feasted on his competition like tourists feast on boy sandwiches. Oh my God! Talk about turning a negative into a positive. Ricochet is the GIF that keeps on giving.
He said GIF. He said GIF. He said GIF. He said GIF.
Oh my God.
Mauro Ranallo officially has gone to the dark side. It's not a GIF. It's a GIF. That's right. Mauro Ranallo is pronouncing it the way it was intended by its creator.
So good.
Oh my God.
Dude, he said GIF. I didn't even notice that before. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah. Legit said GIF.
Fucking guy, man. But yeah, and Percy's like face doesn't change. He just
Well, they mute him too.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part.
They muted him.
Yeah, like if he's talking, like they do not give a shit about him.
It's like, my God, what's gonna happen tonight? And then Percy's like, I'm never gonna get to say a goddamn thing, am I? I'm never gonna. I won't say anything tonight. I guess I'll just sit here. I'll collect this paycheck. My God, there are no words. Yep, there certainly are no words.
Back.
There's no words for me.
There are no words.
He looks pissed every time he like gets intense. He gets real pissed when he goes back in his seat too.
I've said about 7 words tonight, thanks to this cocksucker next to me. My God, Ricochet. Yeah, my God, Ricochet. Keep saying it, you fucking asshole.
Your thoughts of Percy Watson.
Percy hates himself.
I remember when I was on NXT season 3. Does anybody remember the fucking asshole?
Oh, there are no words.
This poor guy's sitting there. Let me play some donation here. Bye.
Damn.
10.
Oh, there he is. What's going on with Ty Dillinger? Where is he? He is the perfect 10. Ty Dillinger.
Hey Joe, I see you're alone and no Jake tonight.
No Jake.
Just sitting
Not
here
alone, though.
playing with myself thinking about Barbara Bush. Pornhub should have drafted Paige so I can watch her take huge black cock in her ass again. Well, good night, Joe.
Blumpkin cunt pussy juice. A person I made a song for on Patreon. Blumpkin cunt pussy juice. Thank you for the donation. And yeah, it's weird because I referenced Barbara Bush last night on my Patreon show on Morning Madness, and she was alive.
Shit bum.
She was alive last
I'm
night.
trying to catch up. But with Samoa Joe on SmackDown, what was the point of those Roman promos?
Yep.
I thought they were supposed to rival after the mediocre Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I am confused now. Negative points to the writers in the back.
I think maybe they abandoned ship on that Joe Cronin's Cock Must Win. And thank you, Joe Cronin's Cock Must Win, for donating a fuckload of money in the last 2 months, man. You have been a gigantic support. You also cock blocked me, but that's okay. You know, it's funny. He's donated so much money, but he probably cost a couple bombs.
I always like try to catch up with Monetize This as much as I can. Like I try to watch it live, but sometimes I'll pass out. But man, sometimes those are fucking nail biters. Jesus Christ.
It is when your life's on the line. No, it's great. No, it's really fun though, and that's the whole point of the show. But yeah, dude, he's been a beast. I've got my belt and the money points in the bank because of him. Let me take a show. Robot short circuited. If I was a Democrat, I'd be called a robot right now for that glitch in my matrix. 937 is on the phone. What's up, 937?
What's going on, Joe?
What is up?
We was listening earlier, me and the wife. You guys were talking about promos and Samoa Joe. Let me ask you this, just to throw it back to a fun little session here. And I wish Jake was on to hear this too. Go ahead in your best Stone Cold Steve Austin voice and give me a Stone Cold promo on Samoa Joe, as only Stone Cold could deliver back in the Attitude Era. I just got to hear it, man.
You mean if Samoa Joe was on SmackDown with Stone Cold, you want that promo?
Yeah, let's run it back to, let's say tonight, for example, Joe comes out. Austin's let's go Austin as a face like he was back in 97, 98, or even 99, cutting promos left and right. Give me a badass Austin slaying Joe promo as only Austin could deliver.
All right, well, here it comes. Ready? You ready? You ready for this?
Let's go.
I'm going to even put that
Let's go,
picture.
man.
I'm going to put the picture up there real quick.
Nice.
I'm going to grab the Stone Cold
Percy Watson.
theme. Yeah, this Percy Watson looking scared as shit. And all of a sudden, Stone Cold comes out.
Get it, Joe. Give me the best Stone Cold voice. I know you got one.
Well, what I just heard in the back was Samoa Joe's on the microphone cutting down everybody on the roster, talking about he's gonna whoop Daniel Bryan's ass, he's gonna whoop Big Cass's ass, he's gonna whoop Roman Reigns' ass, he's gonna do this and that, and all you do is flap your damn gums. But I'm here to tell you, Samoa Joe, there ain't a chance in hell that you're gonna do any of that to Stone Cold Steve Austin. You sit there with that white towel around your neck. And the only reason you're going to need that white towel is because they're going to have to wipe up the blood off Samoa Joe's head after Stone Cold Steve Austin gets done whooping your ass. And that's the bottom line, but Stone Cold ain't done yet. You see, because Steve Austin doesn't play around. Steve Austin is fixing to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. If that means cracking Samoa Joe's head open in the middle of the ring and then cleaning it up with a towel, then that's what Steve Austin is gonna do. So you take your Samoan ass, you take all your words, you take that stupid towel you come out here with, and you stick it up your ass, because Stone Cold Steve Austin is gonna hit your ass with a stunner, 1, 2, 3, and send your ass back to Monday Night Raw, you sorry son of a bitch!
Joe, you left out one critical part, and I know this is a long time ago, but if I could add to it, here's my only addition. Somewhere in the promo, Austin says this: you know, you come out here, you and Roman Reigns, every week flapping your gums about being Samoa this, Samoa that. I really don't give a rat's ass about how Samoan you are. It don't make a rat's ass to Steve where we're at. The bottom line is this, son. I will whip your ass in Roman's ass and anybody else's Samoan ass, anybody else's whatever ass. I'll do what I got to do to get to the top, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
Are you trying to tell Steve Austin how to cut a promo? Is that what you're doing? Are you serious? No, really, shut up. Seriously, are you trying to tell Steve Austin how to cut a promo? Because I will do, in fact, that, and then I'll drag Samoa Joe's ass back to the island of Samoa, or wherever the hell he's from, and I'll give every single Samoan son of a bitch a Stone Cold Stunner, and then I'll go back to Texas, I'll drink a beer, and I'll do what Stone Cold Steve Austin. So keep on being a smart-ass son of a bitch, and Steve Austin will fight your ass too. What do you got to say about that? Shut up! Shut up! You're a smart son of a bitch. You call this show like you got something to say, but really you got no information. You suck at life, and Steve Austin is the man in the WWE. There ain't nobody who can touch the rattlesnake. It don't matter, black, white, Samoan. Go grab all your friends, and Steve Austin will put a Steve Weiser down his throat and put a boot in your chest. You sorry son of a bitch. You dumb motherfucker. God damn it, son. Steve Austin is pissed.
My voice is fucked, man. My voice is so jacked up. This was,
I bet. Damn.
Well, it's weird because I was gonna do this. I was gonna do this Roman Reigns parody the other day, and I had the whole thing written out, and I sampled it to everybody. But I couldn't do the song because my voice is jacked up from last week, so I can't even quite get the Stone Cold voice down. But it's close. We're getting back there. Maybe 2 days I can do it. But yeah, Bret Hart, you want a piece of this, Bret Hart? We'll do it. You know. Well, without a doubt, all you Americans suck.
Well, damn it, Brett, you're the only one with a dick in your mouth.
See, my Austin ain't quite there yet. My voice is fucked up. But that guy
They
really
do it
wants...
at the SummerSlam, right?
I think that guy wants to bang Stone Cold. That was really bizarre. Like, he was, really into it. Do it for me. Say it in his voice. Do the fucking...
Cold beer up the ass? Cold beer, Steve Austin. Will you want me to say 316 says I just sucked your ass?
There's homosexual tensions between them.
Whoa. That guy really, it's like, I felt like he was like, go ahead, Joe, say it. And then he was like it was like really, really weird. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry to put, glad you could all put up with that for whatever long that was. So yeah, I'd give SmackDown a 6.5 out of 10 tonight. I think we could have had an even better show, but it was really one of the best ones in a while to me. Sure, they had the cheat factor with being able to be exciting with all these new faces showing up, but I thought the show was better than Raw, and I thought they have some stuff to do next week. Now, we'll see if next week they drop the ball and go right back to shit. We'll find out. And let me say, I'm going to let Connor and Just Call Me Luke go, and I'll take some more calls, and I'm going to end the show in a few minutes. But, Connor... what do you want to say? Is there something you want to say more about SmackDown that we haven't said already?
No, just I'm hopeful for the future. I'm hoping that fucking creative doesn't fuck it up. Hint, hint.
Yeah, me too.
Wink, wink.
Yep, nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge. Yeah, nudge.
Fucking goddamn, man. All right, well, hey, Luke, man, thank you for calling, bro.
Hey, always, man. Thanks for having me. And Connor, nice talking to you, man.
Same here.
Good shit, man. Good shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think
Mamma mia! He hung up!
He's hung up now.
I think Steve Austin was... I think Bret Hart might have been in a dick.
It's like...
just
so
I
weird.
love Joe's just looking at his ass.
Yeah, that's why I picked that photo, because I was like, that's weird.
He's like kind of winking, too. He's got one eye open like a pirate.
Arr, I see that asshole there, matey. I'm gonna gobble.
Arr, look at that booty.
You let me know when I want to gobble thy anus.
Are you a pirate? A certain type of pirate? Yes.
They called me a butt pirate. They were right. They call it this. I want me a burrito butt pirate.
I'm going to catch you with my dick.
Sin Cara looks like a tasty bunghole. Bunghole, my bunghole. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Welcome into the program, Sausage. What's up, Sausage?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. All right, so I know you already talked about this, but dude, I really love your idea with the whole Bludgeon Brothers, whole Bludgeon Brothers situation, and Like, yeah, they don't have to choke Naomi or do whatever the heck. They can just, have the trophy, smash it on the ground, simple storytelling week to week. That's all they got to do, man. And they can have a great show every week with just good storytelling, good characters.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I went hard at first, saying choker or whatever, attacker, ripper dress, and then I was like, all right, that wouldn't work. But we started whittling it down, and then we got to the trophy thing, and hey, that works. That's great, and that's emotional, and it does connect with her. So like, that's pretty personal that they would break her trophy like that. And that's I mean, dude, we came up with a great PG solution to making something interesting, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get that they didn't think of that, and maybe they couldn't do it. But it's the fact that they took the heat away when they backed off her. Like, they should have grabbed, I don't know, they should have done more in front of her, like almost like, no, we don't care, we're going to do this anyway, to get the heat back again. Right. But backing off right away when Naomi came out showed that they have some kind of care and some kind of respect and some kind of line. But the Bludgeon Brothers, man, they're not quite doing what I think they should. They need to be a little more dastardly, and that bothered me. If I was in the back, I would have been throwing shit around. Like, no. Like, you took their heat away.
They should have done something more, ruthless. Well, it is PG, but, I mean, if it was maybe TV-14 or something, they could have been a little bit more ruthless, or they could have done something crazy. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, they could have done, like, intimidating her and stuff would be pretty damn good, but I don't know. Previously unseen backstage footage with Becky Lynch. What the fuck is she eating? Porridge?
Not today! Nobody eat my quinoa!
What?
Is she eating porridge?
What is this? What? I don't... like, there's a fucking video of her, like, running to the back. I can't play it because I'm afraid WWE will be stupid. But, oh, God, it's terrible. Dylan Starks just tweeted it at me. Thank you, Dylan. I'm going to retweet the video. Go watch this if you're on Twitter. What the fuck? I also tweeted Road Dogg my idea about the Bludgeon Brothers. I don't know if they'll execute it, but they could do it next week. They could still do it.
I hope they do, man.
And I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know, they've done some other things when I've really tweeted it at them, like, do this. They have done it. I mean, I'm shocked that they had.
Well, I think the Usos got to get a leg up next time because they've just had their asses handed to them every time. So it's the Bludgeon Brothers' time to get the leg up this time. So
I know. As
much as I love the idea, and I 100% agree with you, I think the Usos are going to get one because I don't think the Usos are going to take the belts back. But if anything, they were going to do if they were going to do your idea, that's when you have the Usos snap and have Jimmy specifically like get a DQ, just like keep pounding on one of them and just keep beating them and up, and then the referee throws it out. And then you do a rematch at Backlash and you do some sort of stipulation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they're probably are gonna keep the belts for a while, but I'm worried about where you can go with the Bludgeon Brothers because they're just so gimmicky right now with this sort of like we're the mean Bludgeon Brothers, but the Usos are so hip and real at this point, like that it's sort of a weird crossover. And if you take away the belts from the Bludgeon Brothers, what are they gonna do? Now I could see the Bludgeon Brothers losing the belts. They go back to the Usos at some point, and now the Bludgeon Brothers could have like feuds with Cesaro and Sheamus, and they could carry that for a while they're delaying, while the Usos are involved with other people like the Revival and stuff. But the tag team division is really hard to book right now in WWE based on what they're doing with the talents and stuff, and they're not helping themselves by not going all the way on some of these things too. But
I mean, it's stacked. I'll give them that. They definitely restacked the tag team division. But, I mean, unless you – really the only thing you could do – I see your point. The only thing I would do is just have the Bludgeon Brothers do a long title reign. But even that, you can't even really do that long because you already pissed through half the matches. All that's left is, like, the Bar and those other guys. So,
I'm looking at some more stuff that – oh, my Christ.
That's always a good sign.
I am looking at some weird photos. All right, well, fuck it. I'm gonna move on out. Sausage Man, thank you for the call, Sausage. Anything else you want to say?
No, go fuck yourself. No, I'm kidding. See you later, Joe. See you, okay, Fabe.
All right, Sausage. Good shit, Sausage. You smart little bastard. Connor, I'm gonna let you go, man. Thank you, bro. Everybody, check out Connor's channel too for his review. Connor from OK Fabe on YouTube. YouTube.com/OKFaber.
I'll be on tomorrow for Out of Nowhere for sure.
And yeah, me and Connor will be holding down the shit tomorrow on Out of Nowhere. Be kind of like what we're doing right now, but it'll be tomorrow. All right,
yeah.
Connor, have a good night, bro, and I'll be checking out your review later.
Thank you, man. Take it easy.
Thanks, Connor. Thank you, guys. Hey, you guys. Let's see what you guys have to say, and we'll talk a little bit more.
ShiBUM.
A moment of silence for the very spare judge from the court of the night, Harry Anderson. And the inspiration for the Quaker Oats guy, the bush that was Barbara.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Barbara Bush, rest in peace. Barbara Bush looked pretty good for a 90-something-year-old. I said she really looked like the Queen of England looked. Remember when Queen Elizabeth, Abel Salas Jr. What's up, Abel? How you doing, man? Thanks for the $5 ShiBUM. If you guys want to get your donations in or say anything, now's the time before we get out of here in a few minutes. So the link is down below. All the donation amounts are down there. Have fun.
Joe cut other promo in Stone Cold voice about Paige's new movie and how her lipstick is so beautiful.
Pretty good pussy. Thank you for the $5. Yeah, Steve Austin would probably say something about her makeup. Yeah. Got a new movie coming out? Fuck that. Who the fuck painted your face like Doink the Clown? Yeah, I mean, my voice is too jacked up to do Steve Austin right now. It's just too fucked up. Man, I was killing it a fucking couple months ago with Steve was Stone Cold, but right now it's a mess. Yeah, check out my buddy at pwpnation.com. Little plug. Also, the show tonight brought to you by WrestleCrate. Check out WrestleCrate.com. Enter in coupon code Joe Sent Me, and you'll get a percentage off. Pretty good pussy. Thanks for the $5. WrestleCrate.com. Enter in coupon code Joe Sent Me. You'll get a percentage off your WrestleCrate box. And hit him up on Twitter at WrestleCrates or WrestleCrate USA. And grab the WrestleCrate. Longest friends of the show is WrestleCrate. And let's take a phone call. Everybody else got hung up on. 575's here, though. What's up?
Yeah, The Rock was sitting here listening to the Joe Cronin Show, and The Rock keeps hearing about how Samoans this and Samoa that. Well, The Rock doesn't know too much about no Samoa Joe, but he'll beat his tubby ass any day of the week. Now, The Rock's been beating Roman Reigns' ass since the day the boy came into the world, and he'll be beating his ass till the day he leaves. And Stone Cold, nobody wants to hear from your honky ass.
Rocky Maivia, you suck, pal. Man, that guy that was a terrible Rock. He had this sort of idea down, though, right?
What The Rock is cooking.
Well, The Rock says that if you're going to call the show and sound like a Rudy Poo candy ass, The Rock is about to have a big piece of poontang pie. La, la, la. That guy fucking missed on it, huh? Yeah, you know, my voice is so jacked up I can't even do The Rock either. My voice is fucked up, bro. My voice is jacked up because I released that 30-second preview of my Roman Reigns song. People were like, why don't you do the whole thing? And I was like, my voice is fucked up. I can't sing. Like, I can't sing anyway, but I mean, I couldn't, like, at least fake sing to get through doing a funny song. There's something in the voice. It's since WrestleMania, because I did so much talking that weekend, and then I did screaming, and then we did the WWE 2K commentary, that I blew it out. So, and a little bit of a mini cold, I think, is in there. So, I don't know, man. It's just, can't do them right now. Unfortunately, I would love to do them. I can't get these voices down right now. I think Bret Hart's the only one that works. I don't know why Bret Hart works, but Macho Man, no. Stone Cold, no. I mean, Undertaker, maybe. I don't know. My name is Mark Calloway. Like, even that's kind of doesn't quite have the oomph that it should, right? So I'm sorry about that. I want to do better for you guys. I really do. But, you know, my voice is messed up, though. Like, I don't know. It's not the best. What else happened tonight that we want to talk about? I don't know. Hats off to Jeff Hardy for pulling double duty, having good matches. Like, this shot right here from SmackDown with the Bludgeon Brothers, it was so good. Almost. The problem was, again, that Naomi came down and pleaded with them, and they did. They stopped. And I just thought that was not right. They should have kept attacking the Bludgeon Brothers, or they should have gone in the back, like I said, and smashed her trophy in front of her, and she's like crying and shit. That would have been better. But instead, we sort of got this horror movie picture, but I don't know. I just don't think they should have backed off when she was pleading with them. But anyway, we found the negative of the show tonight when I'm giving it a positive review for the most part. SmackDown beat Raw, I think. SmackDown has the more exciting roster to me. SmackDown has the best continuation next week, and it has been a long time since I've been more positive about SmackDown than I am about Raw. But overall, I think the shakeup was pretty good. Wasn't blown away by it, but I thought it was pretty good. I think you guys thought it was pretty good too. Now, I'm not going to be playing PUBG tonight because I've got some stuff to do and I got to work on a bunch of shit. But I thank you guys for being here with me tonight. We'll be live tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere. We're going to be taking a lot of calls tomorrow, hopefully, over our 1.5 hours or 2 hours on the air tomorrow night. So hope you guys can sub down below to this channel. Hit the bell, subscribe, then go over to my real wrestling channel, which is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, and subscribe there. And also subscribe to my other channel that I'll be live from tomorrow, youtube.com/Corrupted Podcast. Subscribe on Corrupted. I was talking about the Starbucks thing, the two black guys in Starbucks. The whole situation's crazy. There's more information on it now. I thought the guys got arrested and dragged off to jail or something. They didn't. They got released. Whatever. I talked about that on Corrupted, and I really talked about it on Morning Madness on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. So check out the Patreon channel tonight. I went into some shit. Let's jump on the phone one more time. Tony, what's up?
Hey, not much, Joe, though. How you been?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. The only thing I hated about SmackDown Live tonight is this push of Charlotte Flair, because this is seriously really getting boring. And the one thing that ticked me off, though, tonight was WWE having Billie Kay lose on her first match. That was bullcrap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Billie Kay fan. I'm more of a fan of Peyton, but it is weird. They come in here, and now it's like they lose right away. That's very strange. I thought they should have been in a tag team match where they won. You know, why not have them in a tag team match and win it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sheesh. If you're going to have somebody come from NXT to the main roster, at least have them win right.
They sort of, you know, dare I say, they sort of book Charlotte like Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
they did.
Like Charlotte is like their fucking, like, there's the Roman Reigns, but Charlotte's how they want to book Reigns, but they can't because they're not over enough. But they don't care with Charlotte. They're like, nope, she's the face. That's it. We're booking her like Hogan or Flair or somebody, and that's it. She's just fucking so good. Even Asuka with the fucking undefeated streak and all this stuff, it's like she's lost now. But I thought it would have been way better to have Charlotte lose and then Asuka lose, but I think you would think that you would get Charlotte win at WrestleMania because they just can't stand for Charlotte to have lost at WrestleMania again. So they're like, all right, Charlotte wins, but then you would think Asuka would then get a win the next month or like later on. But I don't think that's going to happen now, and it's kind of like it's kind of bizarre. I mean, Charlotte is so powerful. The only way that she can lose is by a screw job.
Yeah, exactly. And also the fact, though, I'm actually digging Shinsuke Nakamura as a heel. I mean, the fact that AJ Styles, I'd say he had a splitting ball ache.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, yeah, I mean, he's better, for sure. Like I don't love AJ on the mic, but obviously AJ in the ring is really good, and AJ's got a decent promo. Like, I give AJ's promos like a 6 out of 10. And his wrestling ability in the ring, I mean, the guy's like a 9 or 9.5 out of 10, leaving room for somebody who I don't know who could be better. But Shinsuke has been, you know, a 4 out of 10 on the mic, and in the ring, Shinsuke really hasn't even shown the type of matches he can have yet. He's been like a 7 in the ring.
Yeah,
burping.
Yeah, I love the fact that Big Casso literally showed up during that whole match and literally kicked Daniel Bryan's head off.
Yeah, I know, that was cool. But yeah, so I mean, like, dude, Shinsuke needed something. So if Shinsuke is like performing at a 7 out of 10 in the ring, if you could argue, whatever the fuck, and his mic skills have been a 4 or 5 out of 10, he's been just not interesting whatsoever. Now, I would say that what he's doing right now interests me like at a 7. He interests me more than AJ interests me, because AJ just kind of comes out and says, you know, tonight I'm AJ Styles. Shinsuke, if you want a match, I'm gonna give you the match. I'm the WWE champion. Like, and he's just boring. Like, whatever. But Shinsuke now has jumped over that and has become more interesting on the mic. And so now with that, and with Shinsuke's 7 out of 10 in the ring, now you've elevated Shinsuke, and AJ already is elevated. So it's like, wow, now we're getting on some even playing ground here, maybe.
Yeah, the only thing I found that was bullshit, though, during the whole Superstar shakeup, though, was that WWE decided to leave Nikki Cross in NXT while Young, Dane, and Wolf got drafted to SD Live. That was bullshit.
Oh, wait a minute. Say that again. Who got drafted to SmackDown Live?
Sanity. 3 members of Sanity,
right.
but Nikki Cross is still left in NXT.
Yeah, so I sort of mentioned that at the beginning of the show. By the way, guys, if you missed the beginning of this SmackDown review, go back, listen to this whole thing. I'm going to re-upload it to my Joe Cronin Show channel, too. So if you guys see it in your feed, feel free to click on it, give it a like or something, comment down below, even though you already watched it. When you see it go up on my Joe Cronin Show. But no, okay, so Nikki Cross, I really think she's still in NXT. They don't have enough women. They don't have enough women. Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully she's somebody who comes in later, you know what I mean? Like, and attacks and shows up to be Insanity later on, and they don't just lose her like Big Cass and Enzo lost Carmella, because that would be a shame if that did happen.
Oh, I so agree with you, Joe.
Yeah, it'd be too bad if that happened. I hope that it's just, 2 more months while they build up the women in NXT again, but I don't know, man. What if she wins the belt or something? I mean, I don't know, but maybe I don't think that will happen. But because what's her face, the MMA girl, Baszler, she's really
Shayna Baszler.
She did a good job in the match, but she's not really. I don't know. She doesn't have that style. I wonder what they're going to be able to do with her in NXT, and if they're going to push her too hard now, because I don't think they should push her too hard. I think they should treat her like if Asuka was booked like a 10. I'd rather see Baszler booked like a 7 or 8. Like, she can lose and win it back, and she's tough, though, that type of thing.
Yeah, I saw War Machine, Rowan Hansen, though, show up in NXT last week.
Dude, listen, War Machine, great name. War Raiders is dumb as hell.
Yeah, it's awful, dude. It's an epic fail waiting to happen.
It got spoiled a week before for me. And I also talked to one of the guys. I'm friends with those. I mean, they're from Chaotic Wrestling and shit, which is right here near me. And it's like, they told me, someone said, oh, it's going to be War Raiders. And I said, oh, my God. And I was like, it's none of my business, but, dude, can you change that? Like, to get it changed, like, now? Like, change it to, like, War Dogs or War fucking anything like War Thirst or, like, War something else that's like menacing, that's not War Raiders. And I know that if you look up War Raiders, it makes sense. Like, the name, the definition makes sense, the background of it. But
yeah,
it just don't sound right. It sounds kind of fruity.
Yeah, I'm going to be going to an ESW wrestling event on April 28th in Albion, though, with a buddy of mine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the Gangrel is going to be there. Impact Wrestling's Braxton Sutter is going to be there as well.
Dude, what I will tell you, if you were, how old are you?
I'm 29, almost 30.
So you remember Gangrel then in the Attitude Era, probably, if you were watching then?
Yeah, with the Brood when he came out with Edge and Christian up through the Fire.
Dude, talk to Gangrel. He's the nicest fucking guy. He's awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely though. I got front row seats though, 2 tickets for like $20 a piece.
Dude, when I was doing commentary at Summer Showdown 2 years ago, he brought the chalice up to me that still had red stuff in it, and he was like, ah, ha, ha, and then he put it down, and then he goes, Joe, have a drink, like, and then he fucking pushed it into my face, and I'm like, oh, and I got this fucking red, I got, what the hell's in that? It was great. But, this dude, I was in the locker room with him, and I'm like, just, it's great, to be sitting here with you, it was a real good show tonight, and, just loved everything you did, and, this fucking guy was like, dude, we can do a podcast anytime you want, and he gives me his cell phone number. The guy's just fucking, like, so down to earth and cool. Gangrel, if anybody ever sees Gangrel and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to say hi to him because I don't know, sometimes people get weird, say hi to Gangrel. He's fucking awesome.
Oh, you got it, my man.
All right, man. Well, thanks for the call. Good shit. Thanks, Tony.
Keep it sweet.
One sweet me. Yeah, Gangrel's a good dude. And Vader's mask landed on me, dude. That was the show Vader's mask landed on me. Vader's mask smelled like Gangrel's asshole. It was really fucking weird. But that being said, it was a great show, and I love both those guys. And, you know, I just hope that Vader's okay, man. That big fucking cut he's got down his chest, so scary, the open heart surgery, all that shit. Guys, I hope you can leave a like down below if you liked the show tonight. I appreciate everything you guys did. Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody who's been subscribing to me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. And I do want to get one more call in here because I don't want to miss
Thinks he's Howard Stern.
I don't want to miss Matt's call here. Hey Matt, I got a couple seconds here, man. Hit me with your best couple points, bro. What's up, Matt?
I'm both happy and pissed off about Sanity.
Yeah, because in basically just the negative is no Nikki, or
it's. I don't understand. I don't know. There's really, be honest with you, there's really nothing left for her to do in NXT.
Well, that's why I think that she's really only there because of like booking, like dates. There's not enough women, and then like within the next few weeks to a month or so, they'll bring her up. But maybe
they just like signed Candice LeRae too.
Well, do you think that maybe they think that she's no good in the group because when she they won't have any women for her to feud with, so she's just like a lost cause?
On SmackDown?
Yeah, maybe they think
no,
that.
Yeah, they do. You'll have Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Asuka.
I think she's gonna show up a month or two late, like show up and be in the group, but just it's gonna come later.
Because technically her name is in the group. The initials of Sanity all spin from the name of each member.
Well, I still think I don't think this. I really believe that she's gonna be in the group, and that it's just gonna be like whether it's 2 weeks, whether it's 6 weeks, some kind of delay, and she'll show up. I really think she's gonna be there.
I do agree with you. Whoever the donor said that as long as they don't change anything about Nikki Cross and I would keep her still as a member of Sanity on NXT. Just have Sanity make sure Nikki Cross brings chaos still to NXT for while they're gone.
Well, I'm trying to think of a group with a female in it, and I don't think there is one, but and then
I thought out I don't know if you saw my tweet about the Dean Ambrose being part of Sanity thing.
No, I didn't see that. I've heard some.
I had the idea of instead of Bray Wyatt leading Sanity, which doesn't actually literally makes no sense. Why don't you have the one character that actually makes more sense, and you have a heel Dean Ambrose join Sanity?
I suppose you could say like Eric Young and them could be like, we're doing this for the leader. We're doing this for the great somebody like the great leader or something. Well, and then you don't know who it is, and it's Dean Ambrose.
Well, actually, I had the idea of so for instance, let's say we didn't know if Rollins was going to go anywhere. Let's say Rollins went to SmackDown, right? So you would have, but then when Ambrose would come back, he's supposed to turn on Seth, right? So you would have. Then all of a sudden you have Dean Ambrose show up attacking Seth on SmackDown for no reason, but it's Eric Young who sends Dean Ambrose after him. But then after a while, then all of a sudden Dean and Eric would go after headbutts to see who the leader is, and they will culminate at WrestleMania, and then Eric Young would put over Dean in the best way he can, and then Dean Ambrose will be the leader of Sanity.
It might be cool. Part of me doesn't want them to take away from Eric Young and that whole thing. I just think they should be Sanity.
Hey, Sanity's going to have a fucking helicopter hindrance at WrestleMania since it could be open air.
But part of me wonders if they're going to actually have Sanity take on Dean Ambrose and he's going to assemble a group. You know what I mean? And it's bizarre, but I don't know. Maybe that could happen.
He doesn't have to lead it, but he can be a part of it.
I definitely want Dean to be heel, but. Think about this. There's a lot of fucking heels on SmackDown now, isn't there? Yeah. There's a lot of heels.
Yeah. I mean, we get the Club and Sanity. That's a thing that's happening.
The Club and Sanity?
Well, I mean, that is a thing that can't happen.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping to see Nikki Cross versus Becky Lynch at some point. That was the thing. I mean, we get Asuka versus Becky Lynch. That's going to happen now.
Yeah, that was weird too. The women tonight, that was one of the more downer points too tonight. Was
the Asuka thing is kind of soiled because she already debuted on SmackDown weeks ago. the whole thing. I mean, the Samoa Joe thing. I saw it coming, but not really. The Jeff Hardy thing, I was a little unsure about because I didn't know if it was going to be Seth or not. Are you a little surprised that Sasha Banks and Balor didn't go?
No, because I thought they still wanted to keep Bayley and Sasha there to continue that dumbass thing that they're doing.
What about the Revival?
The Revival going to... Well, they went to SmackDown, right? The Revival did change.
No, I don't think they did.
Well, wasn't the Revival originally on Raw?
Yeah, I thought...
I think the Revival just sort of returned on SmackDown with no explanation, right?
Or you mean Raw, right?
What? Oh, is the Revival on Raw?
Yeah, they did not go. I thought for sure they would be a shoe-in to go over.
You're right. I had it wrong earlier. I was trying to book tag team stuff, and I was assuming Revival was on SmackDown. I guess I got it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I thought. I mean, the club. I mean, they even said they wanted to go to SmackDown, so you got that. You have the club at the bar. I kind of assumed they were going to go after last night. And which was great from last night with McIntyre coming in. Was because I kept asking for like a whole week, is NXT eligible for the shakeup? When Drew McIntyre got up, then I answered my question. NXT, hopefully next year when they do this shakeup again, NXT gets another thing, right?
You know what's going to drive me nuts though? If the Miz is with Big Cass, that's going to kind of drive me nuts because you got Dolph with McIntyre, and then you got Miz with Cass, and it's like, I'm kind of worried that they keep doing these weird reflection things on both shows, just like with the three women joining up on both and crashing both shows. Very similar storylines if they go that route.
Well, the McIntyre and Ziggler thing, I'm actually might enjoy that because that reminds me of Diesel and Michaels, and then that Claymore zigzag thing was actually fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and it sets up perfectly for Dolph to be like, "You do what I say," and slapping, McIntyre.
How do you feel about McIntyre coming in as a heel, though? I mean, when he left, he was a bit. I'm even shocked he's never getting his rematch because I would have loved to seen Aleister Black and McIntyre go at it.
I think it's fine bringing him as heel because at some point, maybe, again, if Dolph turns on him, then you can have Dolph be the heel and McIntyre be the guy who beats his ass. So I think they're going that route with it. Whoa.
And I guess tomorrow night, since the Killian Dane, I guess Killian Dane's getting his swan song tomorrow night on NXT.
Yep, and that was pre-recorded, right? So
I heard the what was everybody was talking about Aleister Black and the Sanity thing. From what I understand, that was not taped for the show. I think that was just I heard that was a dark main event. So I don't think you're going to see Aleister. I mean, as much as I would love to see Aleister Black and Insanity do a program, it's not going to happen now since Insanity's coming up. But unless they put, what if they put Nikki Cross with Aleister Black for a little bit, see what happens there?
That'd be weird, wouldn't it? I mean, if she's supposed to be in NXT and now she's with Aleister Black, like I don't know, I'm
happy for Sanity. I mean, you know how I love Sanity.
Yeah. I keep her pure. Bring her up in a couple weeks.
I mean, Killian Dane's going to be a monster fucking main eventer right there. I see world champion on him. Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. Who was it? Eric Young and Wolf are going to be in the tag team division. It's gonna be interesting. How do you think they're going to bring them in though? I mean they're doing the video packages like because when Sanity first debuted, they did these vignettes and doing the same way with here.
I mean, obviously they could come in and beat somebody up, or they could show up for the tag team belts. Yeah, they could go after New Day, or they could just come out and announce they're there, or they could come out and try to beat somebody up. And yeah, you know what? It's probably going to be New Day because that's easier.
I'm going to let you go, Joe.
So. All right. Well, it could be Dean too. Dean could come back, and then Sanity could attack Dean. I really am worried that actually might be something that they do, but I don't know. We don't know where Dean is right now. Isn't he supposed to be? He would still be on Raw because there's no trade here.
Yeah,
all right, well, point. Thanks, Matt, man. Good shit. Good shit. Matt the Misfit. I know that Matt is fucking sporadic, man. He's fucking... He can just spit it all out, so I just sit there. Let's rattle it off. Fucking... So let him go. I love Matt. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for the support. Thank you to everybody who signed up. Thanks to Michael Jarvis, who just signed up on Patreon, $5 patron. Thank you, Michael. I'll be shouting out all the patrons again tomorrow night. 315 patrons right now. We're getting near record territory for that. If you sign up to be a patron on my Patreon page, you get access to everything I've done on Patreon. For $5 a month, you get Corrupted Podcast every week live on YouTube. You also get the download MP3 of it that you can download. Plus, you get access to every other episode that ever happened. All 44 episodes of Corrupted Podcast, plus all the new ones. You can just download them all, and even if you wanted to unpatron next month, you'd have everything downloaded anyway if you wanted. So go ahead and do that. The value's high. If you like listening to podcasts, if you like my Morning Madness episodes, usually go up between Monday through Friday. For $5 a month patrons, you get that, plus Corrupted, plus all the other stuff, the polls, the live streams that we sometimes do. We've been doing less of them recently, so we're going to bring those back, do more of those. And some of my other reviews are coming up. $5 patrons are hot right now. It's the most popular one in the Cronin Club, we call it. And yeah, Morning Madness. There's an hour-long Morning Madness from last night where I did some shooting on some fucking bullshit that's been going on. Plus a whole bunch of news that was up last night, some weird shit in the news. Just I talk about my life, kind of ramble on about shit, and it's a good podcast, MP3. Download it to your phone. Download it to your desktop. Episode number 81 is up. You could go download all 81 episodes. And if you want to get really nuts and become a $10 one, then you get Triggered by Truth with Dave Rose and me. Plus me and Jesse J's podcasts are there as well. Bunch of other shit. But otherwise, just subscribe right here for all the free content and enjoy it. YouTube.com/CorruptedPodcast, YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show, and right here on YouTube.com/JCS Gaming, or Joe Cronin JCS, I fucking forget what it is, I don't know. Battle Royale Battalion. Hit the sub button down below, hit the bells, unsub, resub if you have to, if you're not getting alerts. YouTube is blocking people's videos. It's been proven now by Philip DeFranco, Boogie, and a bunch of other people that YouTube has a blocking algorithm now on certain videos. It's not just monetization that's being censored now, it's also the videos. YouTube is getting kind of shitty, but that's okay because you guys made it fucking good by being here and with the donations and shit. And if you really want to support me, go over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS, to where I game usually. Watch all the video on demands. Subscribe there if you want. It's free to subscribe if you're a Amazon Prime member. You can literally subscribe to me with giving me money, and you don't pay anything. So you get me paid, and you don't pay anything. You have to remember to resub every month, though. It's free, but you have to remember to resub every month, I think. I think it's free every month, or it's just free the first month. I don't fucking remember. You'll figure it out when you do it, though. But anyway, I got all my plugs in, I think. Follow me on Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show, Facebook.com/Rage Internet Radio. Download the Hear Me Out app, and you'll get my alerts on the Hear Me Out app. Because some people always tell me, I didn't get the alert that you were live. I didn't get the alert a video went up. I didn't get the alert. I didn't get the alert. So the only way to get the alerts all the time is to be following me on every social media platform, and to download the Hear Me Out app, and to be a patron, because I also now upload the videos and the feeds to Patreon to tell you guys, and you get an email in your Patreon about it. And that's just the way that shit goes, because technology don't fucking work 100%. Anyway, what'd you guys think? Deuces, motherfuckers. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. SmackDown was decent enough. We'll see you tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. time. Shout out to all the listeners from around the world, outside of the U.S., all over the world, whatever country you're in, and the United States and Canada. Everybody down there in Mexico, what's up? Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Scotland, the UK, goddamn Japan, India, fucking Saudi Arabia. We're going there soon, huh? All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with PUBG, by the way. Not tonight, but I'll be back tomorrow with some PUBG. La 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 la.